Under a fair sky with a game time temperature of 75 degrees, we welcome you live to Panther Stadium in Oklahoma City, home of the Putnam City North Panthers for tonight's Week 5 Game of the Week on Squirtle, brought to you tonight by High Plains Insurance. I'm Todd Miller along with Adam Dieselhorst and our entire crew. We have a good one tonight. Putnam City North is 1-0 in 6A2 District 1 play after dispatching of U.S. Grant last week 69-3. The Panthers are 3-1, having won 3 straight since a surprising Week 1 loss to rival Putnam City Original. Deer Creek, meanwhile, went unbeaten in their non-district schedule, and they are 3-1 of the season after a heartbreaker last week, Adam, a double overtime loss at home to Stillwater that dropped the Antlers to 0-1 in the Loop.
Yeah, but I think you don't hang your hat on that kind of a game. I mean, back and forth, it could have gone either way, and it was kind of a, people were wondering what Deer Creek was going to be like this year, and I think they proved themselves a lot in that game. I think that game, like I said, could have gone either way, obviously double overtime, but what a fantastic performance by them.
Deer Creek was preseason picked 6th in the coaches' poll. Putnam City North was picked 4th behind Midwest City, Stillwater, and Dell City. Those are 4 really good teams in 6A2 District 1. The other 4 are Lawton, Deer Creek, U.S. Grant, and Northwest Classen. The 6A2 District 1 standings, Dell City is 2-0 in district play after beating Stillwater handily last night 30-7. The Eagles overall are 4-1 of the season. Midwest City and Putnam City North both are 3-1, 1-0 in district play. Stillwater is a half game back of second, 1-1 of the Loop, 3-2 overall. Deer Creek is 0-1, 3-1 of the season. U.S. Grant, Lawton, and Northwest Classen are all 0-1 in district play. Northwest Classen, the only team in 6A2 District 1 that has not won a football game this season. It is a artificial service here at Putnam City's Panther Stadium, so the rain we've had here in central Oklahoma should not play much of a factor into this one tonight at all. Putnam City North won last year at Deer Creek 35-14. It was really kind of a strange matchup. It was a traditional Friday night matchup, but the Deer Creek School District, the Putnam City School District, canceled all activities after Oklahoma County went to Orange Level 2 a year ago, an alert system for COVID. They rescheduled the game to Monday, and it was the Panthers rolling past the Antlers at Edmond 35-14. In that ball game, Amarion Normant, who was a junior, had touchdown runs of 4, 16, and 29 yards. He carried 15 times for 73 yards, 2 receptions for 33, and Deer Creek was held to a total of 198 yards offense by Ryan Laverty's stacked defense. Speaking of Amarion Normant, breaking news tonight, he will not play. Came in their leading rusher with 424 yards on the season and 6 touchdowns. He had his second 100-yard rushing game of the season last week in the pasting of U.S. Grant, as Deer Creek and Putnam City North both making their way onto the turf surface here in Oklahoma City. So a big loss for Amarion Normant, but if you talk to Ryan Laverty, Normant incidentally is out for personal reasons tonight. He still feels really good about the triumvirate that they have in the backfield behind Amarion Normant.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw him at the Piedmont Game of the Week, and really impressive from an athletic standpoint as far as skill kids. The one thing we didn't see was Carson Laverty, so, that'd be fun to get to watch him operate this offense. And obviously, when you lose an athlete like Normant, it's going to hurt you, but, they've got other players, and Coach Laverty, I think he feels good about the athletes he has.
I stand corrected. Normant did not play last week in the 69-3 victory over U.S. Grant. Carson Laverty, who 2 weeks ago against Piedmont, the game we had here on Squirtle.tv, did not play. He did last week, and he was brilliant. 15 of 17 for 274 yards, an average of almost 18.5 yards per completion. The key, no interceptions and 3 touchdowns. Carson continues to do a really good job of ball protection. In really 3 games, more like 2.5, he has tossed 6 touchdown passes and thrown just 1 interception, and Laverty is averaging 211 yards per ball game. I say 2.5 because he played the entire first half last week and got the first series of the second half against U.S. Grant before sitting on the sidelines for the remainder of the ball game. Deer Creek has won. The Antlers have deferred, so Putnam City North will get the football here in the first quarter on our High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week from Oklahoma City tonight. Pay Dirt also commencing here on the Squirtle family of networks. Don't forget to give Andy Campbell and company a check of the 8 high school football games that we will be featuring tonight here on our network.
And they can also tune in if they want to before these games get started and see what you picked on the Pick'em show that we had, our inaugural Pick'em show.
I knocked him dead.
Well, that was a lot of fun. We had, for any of you Putnam City North fans that are out there, we had Eddie Radosevich on, joining obviously Todd here and Tom Nelson, as well as host Andy Campbell. And then we also had Josh Fields. So for any of the Deer Creek fans, he has students over there. And, we're going to continue to do things like that as much as we can to keep promoting high school sports across the state of Oklahoma, and then try to do that and have some fun with it. Brother Jake on there, I threw him a bone, and honestly, I thought he did a fantastic job too as well, which he is actually a father of Deer Creek kids too as well. So there's a lot of people that you and I both know on both sides of these teams, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this game.
It was a ton of fun. We do it every Wednesday evening. It will drop right after we tape the episode. It is Pay Dirt Pick'em, and we hope you'll join us every week right here on Squirtle for that.
On some people that we've already been notified are interested in joining. How about probably future Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer, maybe. Graduate played at the University. Stephen Alexander has said he's going to join. We've had a handful of other media members that are going to join, so make sure you stay tuned for our Pay Dirt Pick'em show.
Grayson Miller is the place kicker. He wears number 90. He is 5'10", 179 pounds, and a senior. He will kick it off from right to left across your monitor, and he will kick it deep to Trell Churchwell, number 3, and number 10, Reese Moffitt. Those approach, and we are off and running here from Oklahoma City. It's a knuckleball kick that bounces and is fielded by Moffitt at the 2, running right to the 10 to the 15. Reese breaks a tackle, and he's all the way up close to the 30-yard line. A very nice return that time by Reese Moffitt, who through 4 kickoffs was averaging an average of 23 yards per return. Joseph Davies, the Hawk out there, 5'9", 174, and a senior, came in with 8 tackles on the season. So a short gain brings up 2nd down and 6. Line of scrimmage at the 41-yard line for Putnam City as Carson Laverty looks over to the offensive brain trust down below here on the south side of Panther Stadium. Great crowd on hand, a tremendous crowd as you would expect. Not many miles separated these two schools from one another from Deer Creek. Back to throw is Laverty. He's going to keep it and run. He has a first down, and Carson is tackled at the 47-yard line of Deer Creek. And a good play that time by Teddy Amorsi as he was able to take his legs out from underneath him.
Yeah, Todd, just real quick, we were having a few internet issues. I think we had to get something caught distorted in between, but should be good to go for now. So
10-10 to play here with the first quarter. This is the 5th play of the drive for Putnam City North, as Laverty has Camarion Jones, the sophomore. Last week, he carried 13 times for 116 yards and 3 scores on the 69-3 victory over U.S. Grant. Motion man is Cameron Scott to the far side. Laverty guts it near side. It's picked off by Javian Jones. Jones down the boundary to the 40, to the 30, and he's tackled from behind. And saving the touchdown was Cameron Scott as he knocks him down at the 28. That will be the starting field position for the time being. There is a flag back downfield, though, at the Putnam City North 45-yard line.
Well, and it looks like Laverty's going to be disappointed there. He really would like to have that pass back. It almost looks like the wide receiver probably didn't kind of finish his route there, but great defensive play.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Antlers at the 45-yard line. And now Deer Creek wants the ball spotted on the far side hash. They have it on the left hash.
It's interesting.
I've never seen that. One team lined up on one side, the other having to hurry across the field. So 1st and 10 at the 45. It was a block in the back called against Deer Creek. So that means we'll see the quarterback for the first time tonight, Brett Pence. Out of the gun, inside handoff to Deontay Wilson. Wilson will go for the 45 to midfield. And up off the bottom of the pile for Putnam City North is Cooper Atterbury, along with number 33, Hayden Thornton.
Well, as you can see there on that first run, a lot of push there on Deer Creek's line. That you got to like what you see there for their first run.
3 receivers left, back to throw on play-action passes. Pence throws across the way. The receiver was wide open, and he underthrew Gavin Smith, the 6'3", 173-pound senior. He was defended by Destin Lay, but Lay was a good 5 or 6 yards off of him. And Putnam City is very lucky it's 3rd down and 5 and not 1st and 10 for the Antlers in North's end of the field.
Yeah, I don't think he got his feet set there, and the receiver looked like he almost slipped, but that could have been a big gain there on the outside for Deer Creek.
9:17 to play, first quarter, 3rd and 5. Pence awaits the snap back from Keegan Cochran. Of course, that offensive line is anchored by number 73, Jacob Sexton, the Oklahoma commit, at right tackle, 6'6", 306. One setback, and there was Deontay Wilson. They, on a delay, handed off. It is Wilson, and Wilson is going to be stopped short at the 46-yard line. Needed to get to the north 45 as Jackson D'Souza, the Roy out there, a sophomore, makes his first stop. It would appear as if Wade Stanley is going to keep the offense out there on the field.
Yeah, boy, big tackle there by D'Souza because, he could have broke that tackle. He had a lot of room in front of him.
Ball at the 46 of North. Deer Creek needs to get to the 45. Now, Brett Pence, the senior, 6'4", 178, walks up behind the line of scrimmage. Deontay Wilson is the single setback. Snap back, handed off to Wilson. He was hemmed in, but picks his way for a first down, and he got 2 out of what looked to be nothing when they initially handed the football off.
Well, yeah, and that play is designed. It was a little guard tackle pull play there. You see a lot of the colleges run that play. That play was designed to be kind of a little bit more outside. It was actually probably a smart decision there to cut that up.
First down, number 1 for Deer Creek at the 44-yard line. This possession was set up by an interception of Carson Laverty. Wilson in the backfield with Brett Pence, 3 receivers wide right. Pence rolls that way, throws on the run, and underthrew his intended target. Berkeley Dalton, the Z receiver, who's just a junior, has 12 receptions. That's his 20th target of the year.
Same thing that time. It's almost like they had a kind of a simple rollout, and I don't know if they're having to get adjusted to the turf, but it seems like everything's kind of short on the first 2 passes they've had so far.
8:18 to play. Clock stops here with the first quarter. Each team with an offensive possession. There's no score. Wilson offset to the left from the 44. They fake the handoff. Pence throws it left. The ball hits the hands of the receiver and then is dropped. And that was Taylor Tomlin looking for his first catch of the year, the 5'9", 163 junior. And now it's 3rd and 10. This is not really what Wade Stanley wants, is 3rd and long against this Panther defense.
Yeah, and obviously early start throwing the ball 0 for 3. I know they had a lot of success in their last game pitching the ball around, but early on they have not looked very good, and the run game kind of was what got them here for their first down.
Fake handoff. Pence drops to the 48, guns it over the middle. The ball is knocked away, incomplete. Read perfectly that time by Destin Lay as he stepped in front of the intended target, and Lay comes up swinging his arms to say it's incomplete. And after 1 first down of their opening drive, Deer Creek now will bring on the punt unit.
Boy, that was a big answer right there by Deer Creek, or by Putnam City North defensively.
In punt formation, back at the 42-yard line is Grayson Miller. Snap floats back. Miller with a high, wobbly punt. Didn't get much of it. It hits across the way and goes out of bounds at around the 28-yard line. So it's going to be a very, very short punt of just 14 yards. And Putnam City North is able to turn away the Antlers after the first turnover of the ball game.
Yeah, and you see that a lot of times in special teams. Obviously was preparing to try to do a directional kick, and the ball kind of slid off the side of his foot. It looks like we're going to have a TV timeout here.
Timeout of the field, 8 minutes to go, opening quarter. There's no score on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Bellamy & Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
First and 10, Panthers out of the break. They hand it off to Jones, coming right, and a good tackle as he gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And Adrian Holloman read that one perfectly, took his feet out from underneath him. It will go for a run of almost 4 at him, but when he was sweeping wide right, it looked like it had first down and more written all over it.
Yeah, that was, you want to talk about closing speed. My goodness. It looked like he had a lot of yardage there to run. And another shoestring tackle. There's 2 big tackles there by Deer Creek.
Second down at 6 for the North Panthers at the 33-yard line. Jones, who carried that first down play, remains in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side, a tight end right. They hand it off again to Jones, and he is tripped up and tackled for very little gain. It looked like that it was Cyrus Schilling, the nose tackle, that got him first. The gain will go to the 34, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, great job there by Schilling. Kind of working off of his man and making a great tackle there. Bumped him right at the line of scrimmage.
Exactly 7 minutes to play here in a good first quarter. Each team with an offensive possession. This is the second possession of the night offensively for Putnam City North. No score. The Panthers turned it over on just the second pick of Carson Laverty here in 2021, ending their first drive. 2 receivers left. Low snap. Laverty hands it. Here comes the pressure. He moves left. Now reverses his field. Coming right. Laverty's in trouble, and he's corralled for a loss. Back to the 30. He is going to lose 4 and bring up 4th down and 9. And that interior front for Deer Creek, only a 3-man front, Adam, really getting after the offensive line for Putnam City North.
Yeah, just really good defense there by Deer Creek. I mean, they obviously were prepared for whatever pass play was called there and got him pushed off the edge. And early on, really kind of, these 2 teams are kind of feeling each other out. Neither have really had much success, obviously, offensively.
Diego Ortero is the punter. He's 6 foot 155 and a junior. He'll kick it away to Taylor Tomlin, who sets up shop back at the Antler 33-yard line. Good snap back, little bit of pressure, and Otero missed it as he hits it high in the air. He's going to get a little bit of a bounce. He didn't get much of a leg into that at all, but did get a roll to the 39-yard line. So it will be a 31-yard punt, but that ball hit about 15 yards short of the 31-yard punt.
Yeah, he got a really favorable bounce there. Obviously, that ball hung up there in the air, like you said, seemed like for an eternity. Early on, special teams, you've seen these games like this that end up being possession games. You can see special teams have a big impact on the game.
First and 10, Deer Creek at the 39-yard line, a timeout on the field with 5:52 to play in the opening quarter. We'll step aside for these messages. Our game of the week presented by Danny Geis and High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
Dalton Mortgage Group is your one-stop shop for all of your game day mortgage needs. As a proud supporter of Deer Creek Athletics, Dalton Mortgage Group can handle any type of residential, commercial, or construction financing you might require. Our staff of loan officers and processors can help determine the right loan for you and get you into a new mortgage quickly and efficiently with the lowest rates in history. From your first house to your forever home, Dalton Mortgage Group can help you finance it. Dalton Mortgage and Deer Creek Athletics, a winning team.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
First and 10, Deer Creek at the 39-yard line. They set up a screen
nice.
over the middle, and it's diagnosed perfectly. It was caught by Deontay Wilson, the tailback, but it was read perfectly that time by Hayden Thornton along with Jackson D'Souza, and it's actually going to net -1 back to the 38.
Yeah, what a great job. Early on, you can see both these teams scout each other really well. They read that one quick.
Deer Creek going quickly. 3 wide receivers to the far side. One back to throw Pence. Throws out left. Caught at midfield. Turns up and goes out of bounds into North Territory at the 48-yard line. And on the catch was Javion Jones, who already has an interception tonight for Deer Creek.
Well, let's see if Deer Creek can get something going. That's the first pass completion of the game. I think they started 1 for 5, I believe.
They did. One of those, though, was a drop that hit the hands. Putnam City North showing a little bit of pressure. Now they back off on 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of the Panthers for Deer Creek's Antlers. 3 receivers to the far side. One back set is Deontay Wilson. They await the snap back from Cochran. Here comes the rush. Pocket holes. Pence Steps up now, moves right, gets out of the pocket, and then just heaves it out of bounds into the far sideline. And he was about to be dump trucked down as he had a lot of pressure that time from Jaleel Johnson. We told you that if you want to simply buy a ticket and watch this one, just watch Jaleel Johnson work against Jacob Sexton. That's a future Cowboy working against a future Sooner.
Yeah, and that matchup was interesting to see. I mean, it seemed like Sexton kind of had him in his arms, but then the quarterback rolled out wide. Great job. The Johnson kid has such an incredible motor.
Pence hands it off on second down, and Jones makes a cut as he runs behind left tackle and will get about 3 to the 45-yard line. And Hayden Thornton into the stop for Putnam City North, so it's 3rd and 7 now for Deer Creek when under 5 minutes to play here in a scoreless first quarter. Antlers wasting very little time. They have a tight end right, 2 receivers that way as well. Pencil roll right on the run, throws. It has a receiver. It's caught at the 35 and out of bounds at the 32. Bryson Rouse, who had a long interception return last week in the loss to Stillwater, makes his first catch, and it's enough to move the sticks for the 3rd time here in the opening quarter.
Big play. Obviously, Deer Creek now driving. We'll see if they can keep sustaining this drive.
Rouse with his first catch tonight, his 6th of the year. That one goes for a first down and 14 to the 31 of Putnam City North. North shows a 4-man front. They throw it out right.
Good
it's
ball.
Caught again. Berkeley Dalton on the reception. He has another first down as he stays in bounds and is finally tackled at the 17-yard line of Putnam City North. Back-to-back 14-yard pass plays for Brett Pence.
Yeah, and that time you really saw his arm strength. Man, that was really impressive. And Pence, good-looking athlete, 6'4" and about 185. I mean, I'm sure he's probably got some interest from some of our state schools.
Brett Pence, a 67% pass completion rate this season. They're in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Now Pence is changing the play. Still plenty of time on the play clock. It's down under 10. Line of scrimmage at the 17 of Putnam City North. High snap. They hand it off. Running behind right tackle Wilson. There's a seam, and Wilson is close to another first down as he's close to the 6-yard line of Putnam City North. Terrific blocking behind Peyton Hawks and Jacob Sexton to the right side.
Yeah, that's a nice combo to be running behind, obviously, any time. And I really like this drive right now from Deer Creek. They've kind of mixed in a little bit of everything. They, the screen and obviously some pass plays and now some running plays. I like what I see on offense.
7th play of the drive upcoming. It's first down and goal to go at the 7-yard line as Deer Creek tries to draw first blood. Wide receivers split both ways. One setback is Deontay Wilson. They'll motion a man to the near side. Now they hand it off to Wilson, sweeping short right, cuts left. And submarines down at the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. So give him 5, 2nd and goal to go upcoming as Deer Creek threatens with under 3.5 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I just say keep going right behind it. Stick with it. Obviously if you're not making negative yards plays, I mean, you got basically 3 plays to get it in the end zone here if you're Deer Creek.
See if they call Wilson's number again. He's carried 85 times and reached pay dirt twice before tonight's game. Pence changing the play at the line with 14 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and goal to go, Deer Creek at the Putnam City North 2-yard line. High snap, Pence gets it down, fakes the handoff, throws a slant, and it's juggled, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Boy, great job there. I don't know if you noticed that was a fantastic job by Pence on the RPO. He had that option of either to hand or even possibly maybe run, but man, he zipped that thing right in there. What a fantastic play.
Berkeley Dalton was the receiving end of that throw from Pence, his 3rd reception for a score this year. And here is Grayson Miller to try to make it 7-0 in favor of Deer Creek. All this at the west end of Panther Stadium. The ball is down, the kick is on the way, and it rockets through the uprights. And there's a timeout. 3 minutes to play here with the first quarter in Oklahoma City. Deer Creek draws first blood. Antlers 7, Putnam City North 0 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray.
This is Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
Deer Creek has dominated this first quarter. 9 plays, 59 yards. The time of the drive, 2:57. Pence with the touchdown pass. Miller the extra point. He boots it away, and this angles to the near side, and it will be out of bounds into the end zone, so it's a touchback, and it'll be first down and 10 for Putnam City North. PC North has ran a total of 8 plays here, and there's less than 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and really, I mean, credit to Deer Creek. It just seems like, after that, first possession where Putnam City North throws the pick, it has them just a little bit on their heels, and they just have not had any success offensively.
I said under 3 minutes or 2 minutes to go. It's right at 3 minutes. First down at 10, North at their own 20-yard line. Carson Laverty is out of the shotgun. He has in the backfield with him Trell Churchwell, a junior, who's carried 3 times this year for 8 yards. They motion a man from right to left. He lines up as one of the 2 twins to the far side. Laverty now moves Churchwell to the right, hands it off. He moves left. He's got blocking, 25. Trell tripped up at the 28-yard line, so give him 8, and that's exactly what they needed as the end on the far side was able to seal the perimeter.
Yeah, and that's obviously a play that Deer Creek's going to be kicking themselves on because obviously they kind of knew having to run a player in late that more than likely was going to be a run play, but credit the line there for PC North.
2:36 in county to go, first quarter, 7-0 of the Squirtle Game of the Week presented by High Plains Insurance in Oklahoma City. Laverty gets the snap, and before he does, a false start is P.J. Porter, who was lined up slot left, started a motion. That was well before Laverty was to get the snap.
Yeah, and in a game like this, obviously, you can't afford penalties in general. Obviously, we saw that last week in the game we covered, but boy, these penalties, you get a big gain and knock yourself back 5 yards, and it's got to be disappointing if you're Putnam City North.
I said this at our Pick'em show this week. There were some questions about how good Deer Creek was after a 3-0 non-district start. I think they answered a lot of questions last week in a loss, and they're doing so here tonight.
Oh, they look really good.
2nd and 7, back at the 23. Laverty under pressure, moving left, trying to get to the corner, breaks a tackle. Carson angles
that's going to be late.
And is hit late out of bounds into the Deer Creek sideline at the 26-yard line. It will be a gain of 3. And don't tell Carson Laverty and his dad Ryan that this game doesn't mean something. Ryan was twice on 2 different occasions Grant Gower's defensive coordinator at Deer Creek, and Carson played youth football with a lot of these current Antlers.
Yeah, and boy, that time you could see just the effort there by Laverty, and man, Teddy, number 12 there for Deer Creek, popped him right on the sideline.
He gets to the 27. They'll toss it on a jet sweep, coming to the near side, and being tackled for a loss is Cameron Scott. And how about that play again from Adrian Holman, who is really playing well from free safety?
Yeah, just you can see the speed from Deer Creek. A lot of times, we noticed this in the Piedmont game against Putnam City North. North just had them out-athlete. In this game, that is not the case. Deer Creek, from sideline to sideline, is matching their speed.
Otero, who hit a 31-yard punt his first time, stands back in punt formation at his 11 as he will kick it away. The snap floats back, not much pressure at all. He hits a high punt. It's short again. This one is going to hit at the 40-yard line. Actually, fair caught in traffic. And a dangerous play made by Taylor Tomlin with about 3 or 4 Panthers right there at his face.
Well, the crazy thing about it is normally it's very rare in Oklahoma that you get conditions like what we're playing in right now. I mean, I know we haven't had to deal with a whole lot of wind yet this year, but there is no wind, and it's perfect weather. And, boy, we've seen some really ill-advised punts so far in this game.
1:38 to play, first quarter. Dominated by Deer Creek. Antlers lead it here with the Squirtle Game of the Week, 7-0 from Oklahoma City. The punt officially is 13 yards by Otero, and the Antlers will start in PC North territory at the 40-yard line. 4 receivers, trips to the far side. They fake the handoff, throw it out right, and the ball's caught at the 35 and turning upfield. Michael Holly will get a couple more to the 32-yard line, so a gain of 8. And they are using this intermediate passing game to their perfection.
I'm telling you, I'm super impressed with Brett Pence. He has got a great arm, and he is very accurate on all of his throws. Early on, he threw a couple short, but I think that was because he was on his move. Anytime he set his feet, he is throwing right on.
Pence rolling left for one of the few times tonight. Throws over the middle. The ball is incomplete. And that will bring up 3rd down and 2 at the 32-yard line. Antlers already have gone for it once tonight, so you think Wade Stanley will have no problem going forward if they don't pick up another yard, facing 3rd and 2 at the Putnam City North 32.
You know, if you're Deer Creek here, obviously the recipe for success is find 73 and run behind him. Obviously, if you notice, they moved him to the right side of the line to probably deal with Jalil Johnson because he was lined up the first possession closest side on the left side.
Sexton looks like he could play at the Division I level right now. They motion a man to the near side. Snap is high. Pence one hands it down, hands it off. Wilson behind right guard has the first down. Needed to get to the 30. That's exactly where they're marking it. So first down number 6 here in the first quarter for Deer Creek as we're under a minute to go with the opening 12-minute stanza. Antlers lead at 7-0.
Yeah, it's just been their approach on offense, too, is great. Very methodical. You know, they haven't had hardly any penalties. Other than that first drive, they kind of had some – they're getting adapted slow to the passing game. They look a lot better the last 2 possessions.
2 receivers left and right, as you see there on your screen. They operate for the right hash and from the 30-yard line, so the Antlers threatening the red zone again. Pence a straight drop, throws it deep right. Receiver wide open to the 10, to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. And a late flag comes in after Taylor Tomlin's touchdown reception, and now a second late flag comes in as well. But Putnam City North, I think, had him blue coverage because Tomlin was wide open on the far side boundary.
Oh, well, what they did there is they ran a little combination route, and they wheeled the inside receiver up the sideline. And I don't know if they were caught in a situation where they thought maybe one guy thought they were in zone, another guy thought they were in man, but I don't know. We're going to have 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls here at the end of this. I saw taunting on one side, and then the Deer Creek player kind of handed the ball to the defensive player. So I'm going to guess there's 2 flags there.
Grayson Miller on for the extra point. It's been all Antlers and somewhat of a surprise here at Putnam City North on homecoming night with 57 seconds to go in the first quarter. Other 6A2 District 1 games tonight. Midwest City is hosting U.S. Grant. Lawton is playing here in Oklahoma City against Northwest Classen. Classen, the only winless team through 4 starts in District 1 of 6A2. They are 0-4 and 0-1. Del City last night hammered Stillwater 30-7, a loss by the Pioneers that snapped Stillwater's 21-game district win streak in Class 6A2.
Yeah, we saw Del City at the our 7-on-7 event, and you want to talk about athletes. They have a very athletic roster. They have the Stone kid, the sophomore, and outside of him, I mean, he's one of the more impressive kids you'll see in the state of Oklahoma, regardless of class or regardless of grade, and they've really got it going over there at Del City.
Not certain what the conferences has been about. The Whitecap went first over to Wade Stanley, the head coach for Deer Creek, and now he's over on the near side. He is talking to Ryan Laverty. Wade Stanley, prior to being named the head coach at Deer Creek, spent 2 years at 8 of the Cougars were 11-10. He was also a head coach back when Norman North was really good. In the 2011 to 2014 seasons, he won 30 of 46 games, including a loss to Jinx in the 6A state title game in 2012. So now we're ready to go as Grayson Miller will try to make it 14-0 Deer Creek. The snap is high. The ball is down, the kick is on the way, and the extra point is good. So a 4-play drive that goes 40 yards, and with 57 seconds to go here in the first quarter, surprising perhaps, 14-0 Deer Creek. Here are the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever seen.
14-0 Deer Creek, and Grayson Miller's boot goes 8 yards deep into the back of the end zone, so it is a touchback. Second consecutive time that Putnam City North, trailing 14-0, will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 57 seconds to play here in the first quarter. So 13 of the last 16 plays have been run by the Antlers, and during that time they have amassed 99 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. Brett Pence has thrown for 1, and in fact he's thrown for 2. One a 2-yard touchdown pass, the other a 30-yard strike. Single setback for Laverty. Out of the gun, he rolls right, needed a block, throws on the run, floats it downfield, and it is incomplete. We're getting it pass interference. They're going to call Tatum Hartfield, who got tangled up that time with the intended target, Reese Moffitt, and that will be an automatic first down for Putnam City North.
Here's a little trivia question for you.
Okay.
Tatum Hartfield. Who is Tatum Hartfield's dad?
It's one
Think
of
of your Alva days.
I know,
Yep.
It's one of the Hartfields from Watonga.
You're right.
Is
Travis.
Is it Travis? That's who I was going to guess.
Yep, you bet.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, so the 15-yard penalty against Deer Creek, their first foul of the night, moves the ball to the 35. Clock is stopped with 49 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It is 14-0 Deer Creek on top of PC North. 2 receivers left, tight end right. They give it straight ahead, and a nice cut as that was Camarion Jones, and Jones is down to the 44-yard line. It was not Jones, but Trell Churchwell. And boy, Churchwell cut on a dime in the backfield and was able to get 9 yards. Second longest run of the night for PC North.
Yeah, and that's big. PC North obviously needs to get something going here and kind of establish an identity on offense.
Hand off straight ahead to Churchwell. He didn't get there. He was buried by Braden Beers, the junior at will linebacker, 5'10", 201, and he put all 201 pounds right into the chest of Churchwell.
Yeah, and that's just, like I said, it seems like every time that Deer Creek so far early in this game has needed to get a stop, they've gotten it. Their defense has been very strong early on.
Looks like that'll be the final play here in the first quarter. 14-0 Deer Creek on homecoming night at Oklahoma City as they visit the Putnam City North Panthers. The second quarter is coming up next. Our game of the week, as always, brought to you by Danny Geis at High Plains Insurance right here on Squirtle TV.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Looking for a realtor in the Edmond, OKC area? Call Mel McGowan. She was easy to work with, responsive, and professional. She was on top of everything and knew each step of the real estate process. She took what can be an overwhelming process and made it enjoyable. That's why I recommend Mel to all my friends and family. She would love to help you too, so call her today at 405-820-8300 or visit melmcgowanrealestate.com.
Todd Miller, Adam Dieselhorst in Oklahoma City. A good look at Panthers Stadium, this new facility. Not that old, and boy, it is really, really nice. It used to be that all 3 Putnam City schools, Original, West, and North, played at Putnam City High School. Not so anymore, and this is a beautiful, beautiful facility and a great look from high atop the stadium.
Yeah, this press box we're in, whenever we got the message that said we'd be on the 3rd floor, you don't get a message like that often in high school whenever you're covering games. And, man, we show up, and this place is gorgeous. Tip of the hat to Putnam City North and their school district for investing in a facility like this. It is very, very, very nice.
And a tip of the hat to Ryan Laverty for helping us with this broadcast, not only line up stats, but he helped get us here in the press box. There's a lot of media that is covering this game here tonight, as you might expect, between 2 teams that are ranked top 10 in 6A2. As we start quarter number 2, it's 3rd and about a yard. Line of scrimmage is at the 44. In North's end of the field, they need to get to the 45. They are 0 of 3 on 3rd down tries tonight. They fake the handoff. Laverty keeps it running off right in, and he's tripped up and stumbles to the 49-yard line. So Carson Laverty, who can beat you with his legs as easily as he can his arms, was able to get to the end and win the foot race to the first down marker.
Yeah, and that was a big play there, obviously, by Putnam City North. Very impressive. And that's really what they need. They need to just keep the chains moving and, do whatever they can to get on the scoreboard here. Don't let this game get away from them.
Opening half minute of play here with the second quarter, 14-0 Deer Creek. We encourage you to check out Andy Campbell and the crew at Pay Dirt tonight for highlights from around the state. Handoff on first down goes to Churchwell. He picks his way behind right guard and gets into Antler territory to the 47. It's going to be a gain of about 4, bringing up second down and 6. Deer Creek is averaging almost a first down per snap tonight. That's the difference. On first down, Putnam City North is averaging just under 4 per snap.
Yeah, and it seems even they're having to create things. I mean, that play looked like it was going to be for a loss, and it was just a great cut there by the tailback.
Second and 6, Laverty looks over a 3-man defensive front. He has a single receiver, P.J. Porter on their side, 2 receivers wide right, and again it is Churchwell in the backfield. Laverty to throw, he's under duress, so they're going to get him. And they will get him for a half-yard gain as he falls forward just shy of midfield. You can see Wade Stanley and his defensive staff shuffling a lot of personnel in and out on that front.
Yeah, and that was a great play call there by Deer Creek. They blitzed the Dunn kid off the edge, and it made the tackle have to step down, and it created all sorts of havoc. And obviously, nothing doing there for Putnam City North again.
Third down, a long 9 for the Panthers, who are 1 of 4 on third down tries, and that's been really key for Deer Creek's defense tonight. 10.5 minutes to play first half, 14-0 Antlers, as you see on the scoreboard. Back to throw, Laverty, flush from the pocket, breaks 2 tackles, coming left, and is going to be hit at the 46-yard line and tackled immediately. And this Deer Creek defense is dialed in, as it was Brewer and Hartfield that combined to make the stop. And I think Ryan Laverty goes for it right here, down 14-0, needing 4 in Deer Creek's end of the field.
It looks like they're going to punt, which is probably early on maybe the right decision. Just the way Deer Creek is moving the ball and the way that Putnam City North's offenses looked early on, probably the right decision.
Probably is, but I thought they might need some,
I'm with you, Todd.
life breathed into him, and he might go ahead and roll the dice.
And you see that a lot more often in high school just because of, how emotions and things are. And, they're going to fake it.
It's a fake punt. The pass is underthrown, incomplete. It was the punter, Ortega, who underthrow the intended receiver that time, P.J. Porter, who was wide open well beyond the first down marker.
Yeah, was that Ortega? It almost looked like it was Laverty back there. I thought it was number 6.
I think it was Laverty, who actually has punted some this season as well. So they turn it over on downs, and you won't see Carson misfire on a wide open receiver like that very often.
Yeah, just kind of some jitters here. Obviously, he hasn't been as clean as what he's been in some of the other games.
I don't care what anybody says. He's playing with a lot of emotion tonight, playing against a school that he attended until his dad became the head coach here at Putnam City North 4 years ago. So it's first down and 10 for the Antlers. Brett Pitts, who has been dynamite here in the first half, leads the offense back out there. Wilson is a single setback. Pitts fakes the handoff. Pocket holds. He's got all day. Now he runs right. Flag is down. Throws right, and the ball is underthrown for Wilson on the near side boundary, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. There's a flag near the pocket, and it should be a hold against Deer Creek.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a hold on Sexton. It was your guy, Jaleel Johnson. He was causing all sorts of problems. He got around on the opposite side of Sexton, and Sexton grabbed him, and it was a good call there.
If you watch much of that one-on-one matchup with Jaleel Johnson and Jacob Sexton, that's a pretty good matchup. So the hold will move the ball back to the 28-yard line and bring up first down and 20, first down and 17, Pence rolling left, throwing left. The ball is, that was a carry by Wilson. Boy, they snapped the ball very, very quickly.
Yeah, they did.
Wilson loses back to the 27.
And they've got, second down and about UConn to go from UConn.
3 receivers wide to the near side. Single receiver split short left. One back set is Wilson. They scrimmage from the 27. They need to get to the 45-yard line of Putnam City North for a first down. So that hole has proven very costly, at least to this point of the drive. Pence hands it straight ahead. Wilson
big hole.
with Avenue as he's across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. He picked up 14, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 13.
Boy, and that's the exact play you want. Obviously just a simple inside handoff play, but, man, you carve up about 10 of those yards, and now you have a 3rd and at least somewhat manageable.
They blocked that very, very well, 14 yards, and now it's 3rd and 13 at the 41-yard line for Pence and company. 3 receivers to the near side. Pence drops from the 33, floats it deep left,
Ooh,
and the ball
what a
is caught.
catch.
A terrific reception by Javion Jones. He went up over the defender and looked like he pulled it in one-handed at the 35-yard line.
Man, that was really, really, really impressive, and he did. He high-pointed that ball and grabbed it out of the air. PC North better, get on it here and get a stop, or this game could get out of hand here.
24 yards, the second longest play through the air tonight for Deer Creek. They have it 1st down and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Panthers, and they have overcome 1st and 28 on this drive. 14-0 Deer Creek. They're threatening for more as we wind under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. What a terrific catch by Javion Jones. They empty the backfield. Motion Wilson to the far side. Pence to throw. Pocket holds. He runs right. Now he decides to keep it himself and angles out of bounds and is out of bounds at the 28-yard line of Putnam City North. That's a 7-yard carry, and Brett Pence just continues to make terrific decisions.
Yeah, he does. I mean, a lot of times you see a quarterback, when you don't have anything, try to force a ball, and he obviously knows he's got a 14-point lead, and he's in, in PC North territory, and just a great decision.
7:45 to play here in the first half. It has been all Deer Creek, 14-0. Pence already with a couple of touchdown passes. They hand it off for Wilson.
Goodness.
Wilson makes a cut from right to left, breaks a tackle inside the 20, bounds off another defender, and is swollen under after a gain to the 18-yard line. So that will be enough to move the sticks on 2nd and short, and Deer Creek just dominated this game with their offensive line.
Well, and it's the athletes, too. I mean, these skill players that Deer Creek has, very impressive. It's pretty astounding to think that this team won, 3 or 4 football games last year? I know maybe COVID hurt them. It was a weird year for a lot of teams, but, man, they were a very impressive team.
Tied in right is Gavin Smith. Wide receiver split to both sides. They fake the handoff. It's a slant to Smith at the 10. Spins to the 5. And Gavin Smith is down to the 3-yard line. 15 yards. Most of it from Gavin Smith after the catch. And it's 1st and goal to go Deer Creek.
Yeah, I love that play call there. They kind of faked a little RPO inside handoff, and the tight end stepped to block. You see that a lot in the NFL where these tight ends are blocking for a count or two, and then they release. Man, that is so hard to defend, especially at this level in high school.
7 minutes to play in the first half. Deer Creek is threatening to take a 3-score lead here in Oklahoma City against Putnam City North. One back set, and now they give it straight ahead as that goes to Mason Miller, and Miller is cut down inside the 1. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go.
Boy, that is a big kid, 6'1" and 202, a sophomore. I mean, he pounded his way up there inside the 1.
Miller had carried 19 times for 141 yards. He was denied at the doorstep, his first varsity touchdown at Deer Creek. They quickly go without a huddle again. Now Pence walks up behind the line of scrimmage, has plenty of time to snap it, and now they're going to call a false start against Deer Creek.
Oh, goodness. That's definitely not something you want to see. But with the RPO game and the stuff they do off play action, man, it makes it so difficult even down here in the end zone to defend all of that and all the different weapons that we've seen Pence hit already tonight.
Literally, it's a 5-yard penalty. That's how close to the end zone or the goal line that ball was. It's 2nd and goal to go at the 5-yard line for the Antlers. Miller, the single setback. They fake the handoff. Pence standing tall, rolling right. Pence looking left, dumps it off in the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown.
Man.
It's Dalton with the touchdown catch, and he now has 2 touchdown receptions on the game.
I am really impressed with this Pence kid, Todd. I don't know what colleges are out there looking for a quarterback, but I'd be dialing up his phone number pretty quick.
He's thrown for 3 here in the first half. Grayson Miller is on for the extra point. Everything is perfect. The kick is on the way, and it is good. How about Berkeley? Dalton came in with 12 catches, 19 targets, and 2 touchdowns. He's been targeted 4 times tonight, has 3 catches, and 2 of those for 6 points. Time out on the field with 6:24 to play here in the first half. It's now 21-0 Deer Creek over PC North on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Seven plays, 72 yards on that drive, Adam. At one point, Deer Creek overcame first down and 28. And they end up going 72 yards with Pence tossing his second touchdown pass of the game to Dalton and his third of the night.
And you know what, the key play on that, they had second down and seriously, 30 yards probably? And they just were very simple with it. Okay, it's very simple with it. Run inside zone and get about 14 yards, and then it changes your playbook whenever you do something like that. So credit to Deer Creek. They're doing all the things right after those first couple of drives.
And a terrific catch on that series as well by Javion Jones. Here's an end-over-end kick by Miller. A yard deep into the end zone. They're going to be blowing the play dead. So Terrell Churchwell, who had ideas of bringing it out, will not be able to do so. It'll be a touchback 1st and 10 for Putnam City North at the 20. And they have just been delivered a right cross to the jaw and are stunned here on homecoming.
Yeah, and if you're Putnam City North, it's key to stick with what you do well. Be patient. Don't try to get it all back at one time. We see that a lot in high school. It is 21-0. You're down 3 scores, but there's a lot of game to play.
Camarion Jones, the sophomore, is in the backfield along with Carson Laverty. They really like Jones as a future star here in the Putnam City North program. From the 20, Laverty gets the snap, hands it off to Jones behind right guard, dodging defenders, cuts left at the 25, and is down to the 28-yard line, an 8-yard gain. He first went behind to Shea Edwards, the 290-pound senior at guard.
Yeah, and that's the kind of run you need to start off with, and just, keep the playbook simple. Keep running and doing what you do, and obviously limit mistakes. That's going to be what's key for Putnam City North on this drive.
You can see why Ryan Laverty feels so good about Jones and Churchwell, despite the fact that Norman is out of the ballgame tonight. Their leading rusher for the season with 6 touchdowns, 2 100-yard games, and 420-plus yards rushing. 2nd down and 2. Laverty floats it out left. The ball is caught, and he is going to be wrapped up very close to the yards to gain. It was Phil Jackson, the third on the catch, and Maddox Canty, the linebacker, in there at Sam linebacker that rolled him down. I think he did get right to the 30 where he needed to go.
Yeah, and credit to Maddox Canty there. I mean, he stepped in there and lowered his hat and reached out and made a kind of an arm tackle. And I've been impressed with Deer Creek in space. A lot of times it's difficult to tackle, those quick players out on the edge, but it seems like any time it looks like Putnam City North may have something or may have a crease, Deer Creek's right there.
You can see Big Josh Davis, the center, is down, and it would appear as if they're working maybe on a cramp. He's in some pain, as you can see right there. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. 21-0 Deer Creek. We're in the second quarter from Oklahoma City on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Kyle Van Druff coached and taught at Putnam City North for 8 years. Kyle has leveraged many of the relationships that started at PC North. He now has a former student and athlete, Scott Hill, working with him. As a graduate of Putnam City North, Scott is in attendance tonight as part of the reunion. Scott and Kyle are making a dynamic impact in your area by meeting insurance needs. Give them a call and continue to support relationships that started at PC North. They have all your insurance needs covered.
Now let's watch this with the backup center out there. So let's watch the snap. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. It floats back to Laverty. He's flush for the pocket, rolling left. Carson pulls it down, and he is slung out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Ridden out of bounds by Braden Beers, who was breathing down his neck. A gain of 1 for Laverty. It was a cramp for Josh Davis, who was slow to get up on his feet and slow to get off the field, but he walked off on his own power.
Well, and I'm going to say it again, just another situation there where Deer Creek, they've obviously impressed us a lot offensively, but man, I'm really impressed with them defensively. You know, they're not real big, but they've got a lot of good-looking skill athletes and a lot of size, you know, in the second level and the third level.
Trell Churchwell, the single setback. Laverty on the high snap, gives it to Churchwell. Straight ahead, he runs right into not Eli Dunn, but it was Denver Hanna at defensive end, and Hanna tackles him after a yard gain to the 32.
Well, and obviously Denver's one of those kids that he's a big kid. He looks the part, doesn't he?
6'3", 240. He's every bit of 240. 3rd and 8 for Laverty and company at their own 32. They motion the man out of the backfield. Here comes the blitz, and they got him again. They have sacked Carson Laverty once more, and it was Dax Lewis who came in with 2 sacks of the season that won the battle up front and sacks Carson Laverty back at the 19.
Well, and that time, too, you know, obviously they had a 3-man rush, and it seemed like Laverty bounced and just kind of bounced into the rush. If he'd have been able to step up into the pocket, I think he'd have had some space to possibly make a play.
So a big punt upcoming here for Diego Otero as he stands back at his own 3-yard line. And it has been all Deer Creek, and they are showing pressures. They look like they're going to come after Otero. And the snap, one hops back to Otero. He handles it cleanly, boots it away, and Tomlin will make the fair catch at the 42-yard line of Putnam City North. So that Deer Creek defense, who would love to have one drive back last week with less than 2 minutes against Gage Gundy when he went 90-plus yards to tie the game with 4 seconds to play in regulation, have dominated so far tonight.
Yeah, and I think really on that drive, too, where they had the long touchdown drive, you know, Gundy, I guess, had a, you know, really great broken play run that, you know, gained a big first down that kept kind of their drive going. But so far tonight, very impressed. That first drive, it seemed like their first couple of drives, they had a few jitters, but really I can't find a lot of flaws in the game so far. I haven't seen a lot of penalties from Deer Creek. They haven't turned the ball over yet, and these last 3 possessions, they've looked really good.
Just a 22-yard punt under heavy duress by Diego Otero. We're in a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. There is 3:42 to play in the first half. It's 21-0 Deer Creek on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
First down and 10, Deer Creek's Antlers at the 41-yard line of Putnam City North. The handoff goes to Deontay Wilson, and not much doing. He'll pick his way for 4 down to the 37-yard line of PC North. Under 3.5 to play in the first half, but you cannot say it enough, has been dominated by Deer Creek, and I think we're all shocked here in the booth.
Yeah, I'll tell you another score that's pretty surprising just looking at the board up there is, how about Hera about to go up 3 touchdowns on John Marshall? And that was one of our pick'em games that we had.
2 receivers left and right from the 37. Fake handoff, back to throw Pence. Under pressure, steps up. Buying time, rolling right, throws on the run, and it is incomplete. It hit the intended receiver that time, Berkeley Dalton, right between the numbers as the defender leaped up in the air at him, but he was about 4 yards short of where Berkeley Dalton was.
Yeah, I think he got in front of him just enough to distract him away from seeing the ball completely. That's why I think it got into his shoulder pads. But I don't know if you were watching this battle going on between Jaleel Johnson and Jacob Sexton, but, man, it is impressive to watch every time they drop back to pass.
See, those guys go at it on Saturdays in Stillwater and Norman. Make the 3 receivers to their side on 3rd down and 6. Pence rolling from his 45. Now is under duress,
There
so
he
they're going to
is.
sack him. There's Jaleel Johnson. Boy, he is just powerful, and he's quick, and the sack goes for -8, and a rare misfire by that Deer Creek Antler offense.
Well, and you see his speed there. I mean, really, honestly, at the point of attack, Sexton had him blocked, and, man, Pence rolled out a little bit, and you saw Jaleel Johnson looked like he got fired out of a cannon.
Only the second time Grayson Miller's been called upon to punt. Putnam City North with 8 across the line, and they're going to come after the punt, and they almost got it. It's a good one to the far side, and that is going to hit inside the 5-yard line. What a terrific punt to the coffin corner by Grayson Miller, and that was in the face of some pretty heavy pressure.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Deer Creek doing everything right. Well, finally, Putnam City North gets a stop, and then their punter pins it down inside the 3.
They officially put it at the 6-yard line, so it is a 39-yard punt, and you can't do it any better with 2:26 to play here in the first half. Squirtle's Pay Dirt is on with Andy Campbell. Check him out, Squirtle.com. Of course, with this game as well as many others from around the family of networks here on Squirtle.tv. Hard to believe it's already week 5, midway point of the season.
Wonder how everybody's doing on their picks so far, Todd.
I'm not doing very well. Handoff goes to the tailback, and let's see who that was. I think it was Trell Churchwell. He stacked up for a yard loss back to the 5, so to bring up 2nd down and 11. 2 minutes exactly to play here in the first half. One back set. Laverty works from his own goal line. Motions a man from left to right. Now he moves Jones to the near side. He was the single setback. Flag is down as Laverty throws it over the middle. It's caught by Cameron Scott at the 9-yard line. If the play stands, it's a 4-yard gain, but it is an illegal shift, the call against Putnam City North.
Man, just looking at the Squirtle scoreboard real quick, Bixby, with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, is up 53-0 on Putnam City West. I mean, how good is Bixby?
Best team in the state in any class. They'll get a test next week at Choctaw.
Yeah.
Choctaw held them to 24-17 of their 2 meetings last year. They're marking off the illegal shift, and now the ball will be placed down at the 2-yard line. So the penalty is only a 3-yard penalty, brings up 2nd down and 14. Clock stops with 1:48 to play here in the first half. Antlers pitching a shutout at PC North, 21-0. The Oklahoman had this a 1-point ball game.
I think all of our pickers had it close, too. It's a little surprising.
Churchwell to the right of Laverty. Rolls right from the end zone. Carson now calling for some help. Is hit from behind and driven out of bounds. And he never saw the defender that time that buried him from behind.
Well, in that time, too, if you're Laverty, you probably, in the field where you are, you probably want to go ahead and just run that ball out of bounds or try to get as much yardage as you can.
Maddox Canty was the one that ran him down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10, so he got 4. Line of scrimmage is at the 6-yard line where this possession officially began. 1:41 to play here in the first half. North desperately needs a first down, and they have to get it to the 16 of their own end of the field. Single setback. Carson Laverty from his own 2. Handles the snap, drops back to the goal line. Here comes the pressure. Floats it deep right, and the ball is up for grabs, and it's intercepted.
No, it was dropped.
It was intercepted by Javion Jones, and then he played jump ball with the intended receiver. I think that was Phil Jackson III, and then the ball came loose. So, you know what? It's probably just as well a dropped interception because now PC North is going to punt deep in their own end zone.
Yeah, in that scenario there, Laverty had his man. I think the ball just kind of hung up on him just a little bit too long, and it just goes back to what we talked about with the athletes that Deer Creek has out there. That time we see the stud from Deer Creek make another big play and almost picked it.
Diego Ortega Otero needs a good punt. He's back 9 yards deep in the end zone. The snap floats back. Otero with a good punt. Tomlin will make the fair catch at the 36-yard line. That's a 30-yard punt, but not much better you could do from literally in front of the back line of your own end zone.
And this is a big, big, big key here for Putnam City North. They need to make sure that they keep Deer Creek out of the end zone on this drive. You got 1 minute and 24 seconds. You got to stop last time. Let's see if Jalil Johnson can get his Panthers a stop before the half.
1:24 to play here in the first half. They will start for the second consecutive possession, and the third time here in the first half will Deer Creek from the Putnam City North into the field, this time at the 36. It's their best starting field position. Pence circles back to his own 45, throws right, the ball is caught, and it's Berkeley Dalton again that made the reception just shy of the 25-yard line. So he picks up almost 10 and a timeout called by no, they're going to stop the clock for the movement of the chains. It is a first down to the 26.
And Berkeley Dalton's the kind of kid that you really love to have on your team. He's a possession receiver. Obviously, you see Pence really likes him and favors him as a target.
Brett Pence changing the play. 10 yards on the completion to Berkeley Dalton, who's been his favorite weapon tonight. One back set is Deontay Wilson. Back to throw again is Pence. Pocket holds. Look, he has all day long, and there's a flag down. It's a hold as Pence throws to the end zone. It's caught, but that is coming back. And that was, guess who? Berkeley Dalton, who was wide open again. He had way too much time, and that was because of a hold up front against the Antlers offensive line.
I think there were actually 2 holds there, so they could have took their pick on whichever one they wanted to call it on.
They threw one at the 30, the other at the 35. The one at the 35 was right when he released the football. So they'll mark it off from the 35, and that will put the ball to the 49-yard line and bring up first down and long. They need to get to the 15. It's going to be 29 yards for the first down.
And that was one time, I will be critical of Pence. Pence was looking towards the top side of the field, and he actually had Javion Jones open early and kind of missed him.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Handoff goes to Wilson, makes a cut, running left, runs into a Panther wall as he gets about 1.5 yards to the 42-yard line. And a timeout called by Deer Creek. With 46 seconds to play here in the first half, 21-0 Antlers your score on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Did you know that we could see you without a doctor's referral for up to 30 days? Most insurances allow you to save the time and money required to get a referral by utilizing your direct access benefit to your preferred therapy provider, H2 Health. When you're in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait to get to the root of your problem. Schedule your evaluation with one of our licensed therapists today and start your healing process. Call to verify your benefits and get you back to your life. The quicker you get help, the quicker you get back to doing the things that you love.
Todd Miller, Adam Dieselhorst back here with you at Panther Stadium on the PC North campus in Oklahoma City. Down to the final 46 seconds here of the first half.
You want to check some scores real quick, Todd?
Get after it. You're
How about 6A1, Santa Fe over Westmore 20-10, Mustang over Southmore 42-0. How about Enid leading Yukon 7-0 at halftime? Moore over Edmond North 21-14. There's just a handful of scores for you while we go back to play.
Second down and 27 to the 42-yard line. Great job tonight by Sam, Caden, and Bryce producing our broadcast here in Oklahoma City. Pence fakes the handoff, drops to the midfield stripe, has all day long, now guns it to the near side. A receiver is wide open to the 5, and guess who? That's Dalton again, and his knee was down as he tried to make a cut. It is a 37-yard pass completion from Brett Pence to Berkeley Dalton.
And I'm not sure really what the coverage was there for PC North, just a complete breakdown. I mean, there's 2 guys standing there, and he just got right behind him. I mean, great job by Pence. And also, how about the job the offensive line from Deer Creek? He had all day to throw.
Wade, Taylor, Cochran, Hawks, and Sexton, the 5 starting offensive linemen, left to right tackle. First and goal to go. Pence rolling left from his own 12, throws near the pylon, and it's incomplete. As that hit the hands, I believe, of Javion Jones and falls incomplete. Correction, that wasn't Jones, but Bryson Rouse, so it's second and goal to go.
And Deer Creek has hit pay dirt.
Again. They've been in pay dirt tonight more than Andy Campbell has.
They have been.
26 seconds to play here with the first half. It is 2nd down and goal to go. The ball is just inside the 5-yard line. Wilson is the single setback. They fake the handoff. Now Pence rolls right, and he's in for the touchdown.
He faked everybody out there. Pence did a heck of a job on his RPO. He pumped the ball like he was going to throw it, and even the defender that was right there to tackle him ran right by him.
27-0, Deer Creek, with 20 seconds to play here in the first half. If you're Ryan Laverty and the Panthers, you cannot get to the halftime locker room quick enough. And this was a disaster the way this first half ended. Grayson Miller on for his 4th point after try. Everything is perfect. The kick is on the way, and the extra point is good. 28-0, Antlers over the Panthers. 20 seconds to play in the first half. Back in a moment of the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Our middle daughter actually has a heart defect, and we didn't find that out until we found out when she was about 12 she had a genetic disorder. She has 2 right coronary arteries and no left. Luckily to this day she hasn't had any symptoms, but you know, there's always that chance that something will happen, and it's kind of scary. She has to visit the cardiologist every once in a while, more often than you and I definitely would, just to get CAT scans and MRIs to make sure everything is still going the way it's supposed to go. But every year when that happens, who knows what you're going to find. I'm extremely excited about the All of Us Research Program. I wanted to participate not only because I wanted more cardiology research for my daughter and for our family, but also it's definitely a huge step in the right direction that we've been waiting for a long time.
Grayson Miller squibs it up the middle of the field. It's returned for the 24, and bang, he is hammered at the 30-yard line. Terrific kick coverage by the Antlers, and I think if you're Putnam City North, you take a knee and you hope this night never started and pretend like it's kickoff when the third quarter starts.
I mean, it's just been all Deer Creek. I mean, you know, and Putnam City North doesn't even look like the same team that we saw in the Piedmont game. And kind of look at their, you know, how they're walking out on the field, you know, and it's got to be demoralizing being down 28-0 at halftime. But just as easy as they Deer Creek put up 28 the second half, you know, PC North's got to look at it the same way.
They are going to go into a kneel-down formation. Laverty touches his knee down to the 25, and that will do it to the first half of play. A shocked crowd here on the south side of Panther Stadium in Oklahoma City. PC North, one of the favorites since 6A2 District 1, being embarrassed at halftime, 28-0 by Deer Creek here in the capital city.
Yeah, it's just been an incredible performance so far by Deer Creek. Like I said, they've only had a couple of drives where they haven't scored on it. It seems like any time they get in a situation on offense where they're in long yardage situations, Pence comes up with a big play, and it seems like he's going to his man every time, you know, out there. I think it's wide receiver. What number is that wide receiver that keeps making all the catches for them?
16.
It's Berkeley Dalton. Man, Dalton has been so impressive, and if you're PC North, they just seem really just kind of out of it. They're not really engaged on the offensive side of the ball, and obviously on the defensive side of the ball, it just seems like it's been a long night for them all game long so far.
It's been the Brett Pence show, and keep in mind, Deer Creek's going to get the football to start the third quarter as well, as they want to defer their option. Pence has 3 touchdown passes, a 2-yard and a 5-yard pass to Dalton, and a 30-yard touchdown to Tomlin. He also has ran for a 5-yard score. Grayson Miller is 4 of 4 in extra points, and that's where we stand at halftime here in Oklahoma City. 28-0 Deer Creek over Putnam City North. We'll step aside for a few minutes. We encourage you to check out Squirtle Pay Dirt here on the Squirtle.com app. Halftime, Deer Creek leads at 28-0 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray.
This is Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain & Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Looking for a realtor in the Edmond, OKC area? Call Mel McGowan. She was easy to work with, responsive, and professional. She was on top of everything and knew each step of the real estate process. She took what can be an overwhelming process and made it enjoyable. That's why I recommend Mel to all my friends and family. She would love to help you too, so call her today at 405-820-8300 or visit melmcgowanrealestate.com.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Kyle Van Dreff coached and taught at Putnam City North for 8 years. Kyle has leveraged many of the relationships that started at PC North. He now has a former student and athlete, Scott Hill, working with him. As a graduate of Putnam City North, Scott is in attendance tonight as part of the reunion. Scott and Kyle are making a dynamic impact in your area by meeting insurance needs. Give them a call and continue to support relationships that started at PC North. They have all your insurance needs covered.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and range land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Did you know that we could see you without a doctor's referral for up to 30 days? Most insurances allow you to save the time and money required to get a referral by utilizing your direct access benefit to your preferred therapy provider, H2 Health. When you're in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait to get to the root of your problem. Schedule your evaluation with one of our licensed therapists today and start your healing process. Call to verify your benefits and get you back to your life. The quicker you get help, the quicker you get back to doing the things that you love.
Our middle daughter actually has a heart defect, and we didn't find that out until we found out when she was about 12 she had a genetic disorder. She has 2 right coronary arteries and no left. Luckily to this day she hasn't had any symptoms, but you know, there's always that chance that something will happen. and it's kind of scary. She has to visit the cardiologist every once in a while, more often than you and I definitely would, just to get CAT scans and MRIs to make sure everything is still going the way it's supposed to go. But every year when that happens, who knows what you're going to find. I'm extremely excited about the All of Us research program. I wanted to participate not only because I wanted more cardiology research for my daughter and for our family, but also it's definitely a huge step in the right direction that we've been waiting for a long time.
At Bellarmine Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dalton Mortgage Group is your one-stop shop for all of your game day mortgage needs. As a proud supporter of Deer Creek Athletics, Dalton Mortgage Group can handle any type of residential, commercial, or construction financing you might require. Our staff of loan officers and processors can help determine the right loan for you and get you into a new mortgage quickly and efficiently with the lowest rates in history. From your first house to your forever home, Dalton Mortgage Group can help you finance it. Dalton Mortgage and Deer Creek Athletics, a winning team.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray.
This is Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Looking for a realtor in the Edmond, OKC area? Call Mel McGowan. She was easy to work with, responsive, and professional. She was on top of everything and knew each step of the real estate process. She took what can be an overwhelming process and made it enjoyable. That's why I recommend Mel to all my friends and family. She would love to help you too, so call her today at 405-820-8300 or visit melmcgowanrealestate.com.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like Video on Demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Kyle Van Dreff coached and taught at Putnam City North for 8 years. Kyle has leveraged many of the relationships that started at PC North. He now has a former student and athlete, Scott Hill, working with him. As a graduate of Putnam City North, Scott is in attendance tonight as part of the reunion. Scott and Kyle are making a dynamic impact in your area by meeting insurance needs. Give them a call and continue to support relationships that started at PC North. They have all your insurance needs covered.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Did you know that we could see you without a doctor's referral for up to 30 days? Most insurances allow you to save the time and money required to get a referral by utilizing your direct access benefit to your preferred therapy provider, H2 Health. When you're in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait to get to the root of your problem. Schedule your evaluation with one of our licensed therapists today and start your healing process. Call to verify your benefits and get you back to your life. The quicker you get help, the quicker you get back to doing the things that you love.
Our middle daughter actually has a heart defect, and we didn't find that out until we found out when she was about 12 she had a genetic disorder. She has 2 right coronary arteries and no left. Luckily to this day she hasn't had any symptoms, but you know, there's always that chance that something will happen, and it's kind of scary. She has to visit the cardiologist every once in a while, more often than you and I definitely would, just to get CAT scans and MRIs to make sure everything is still going the way it's supposed to go. But every year when that happens, who knows what you're going to find. I'm extremely excited about the All of Us research program. I wanted to participate not only because I wanted more cardiology research for my daughter and for our family, but also it's definitely a huge step in the right direction that we've been waiting for a long time.
At Bellarmine Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Back here at Panther Stadium in Oklahoma City, Putnam City North on homecoming night trails Deer Creek by a count of 28-0. Hi, everyone. I'm Todd Miller, along with Adam Diesel-Horst and our crew here in the booth. It has been a great evening of high school football, particularly if you wear the blue, black, and white of Deer Creek. For Putnam City North, not so much. They have only had 2 drives, have the Panthers, that have resulted in multiple first downs of that drive, their opening drive and their third from final drive of the first half, which started late in the first quarter. Deer Creek, meanwhile, it has been the Brett Pence show. Pence came in, and he has great ball protection, 10 touchdown passes and only 1 interception. He had thrown for 810 yards. He's almost to 1,000 by halftime. He has thrown 3 touchdown passes and rushed for another. The rushing touchdown was his 3rd of the ground this season. He came in with a net of 112 rushing yards. Pence's touchdowns have covered 2 yards and 5 yards to Berkeley Dalton. The other was one of the longest plays from scrimmage tonight for the Antlers, a 30-yard touchdown pass to Taylor Tomlin, and then his 5-yard run came late in the first half, and that really was a kick in the gut to Putnam City North after they had a possession that perhaps maybe could have ended the first half. They ended up going 3 and out, and then Putnam City North, after a short punt by the Panthers, put Deer Creek at their own 36-yard line. They went backwards to the 46, and again, Pence, with great ball fake, was able to literally walk in around the right end from 5 yards for the final score of the first half. 28-0 is our score. Deer Creek on top of Putnam City North. Deer Creek 0-1 in Class 6A2, District 1. Putnam City North last week obliterated U.S. Grant, winning 69-3. But they are up against the ropes here at home tonight, trailing 28-0 here at halftime. Hope you had a chance to check out Andy Campbell and the Pay Dirt crew here on Squirtle at halftime. That's a weekly feature. We'll be announcing early in the week of each high school football season week, regular season game, the contest that we will be highlighting and featuring on Squirtle's Pay Dirt. Yet at halftime here from Oklahoma City, Putnam City North trails Deer Creek in a pair of top 10 6A district or 6A2 rivals. 28-0 our score at halftime. We'll be back. Get you ready for the start of the second half next. It's the Panthers and the Antlers tonight, presented by High Plains Insurance right here on Squirtle.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain & Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
Well, I wonder if there's any way we could get somebody to go to HTO and get us a couple of drinks here at halftime.
Get some of that root beer flavor, right? The root beer
I
tea.
have not had that. I still do the sugar-free blueberry. That's my favorite.
I know we talk about it till wit's end. I'm sure all of our listeners love us talking about HTO, but if you have not gone there, you need to go. I highly suggest.
If they get tired of us talking about it, it's because they haven't been there
yeah,
to see what we are talking about.
So let's talk real quick before we get going here in the second half of play. Let's talk about that Pick'em show, and I kind of want your opinion on it, being somebody that's been in the radio and kind of the live streaming aspect for over 30 years. We're always trying to do innovative things in Squirtle, things that a lot of people say you could never do. And so we start with the pay dirt, actually itself, kind of the NFL Red Zone playoff, and now we have the Pick'em show. And your thoughts on how it went from a pro?
I thought it went really, really well. I mean, I figured it would go well, but I think it went better than maybe expected for the first time. I mean, you guys decided to do this the end of last week.
Yeah.
So for Corey Rogers, the streaming genius, to be able to get a plan together and pull it off, and I thought Andy did a terrific job in hosting it. It went better than I thought for the first time, and it was a ton of fun to do, and we look forward to doing that every Wednesday.
Well, we've had a lot of great feedback. You asked me that before we came up here. What's been the feedback on it? Obviously, a lot of viewers have watched, but I think the greatest thing about it is we've actually had some, the guest picker side. We've had some people reach out to us and say, hey, if you need any help, we'd love to help you with that. So that's the big part that kind of makes that show go, outside of obviously you and Tom, being so thoughtful and resourceful about all of our games. Obviously, my brother Jake, I thought he did a fantastic job. He added kind of a unique element, fun time, just kind of joking around about lines. Obviously, he's not serious, so anybody out there, he's not really.
I don't know.
He's not really betting on games.
He probably is, but I think he's serious about those lines.
Well, he may be, but we can't get in trouble with the OSSA. There's nobody, throwing money around out there. That's just all for fun. But I think you're going to see us have a lot of guest pickers throughout the year. We already mentioned a few names, and there's going to be a few more, and we're just going to continue to try to do stuff. I probably need to sit this one out. We got enough diesel horse on the show. Unless I had to replace Jake, we can only do one at a time. That's the rule.
You're not going to replace Jake. He's paying the bills. So
That's true.
I guess you're not coming on. Is that what you're saying?
That's true. Yeah, well, Andy kind of helps with that. He pays some of those bills too. But, yeah, we look forward to it. And I think, obviously a couple weeks from now, we're going to have Andy won't be able to do the actual Pay Dirt show. So we're excited to have Drew Baker, who Drew is a student at Oklahoma State and also helps with Cashin's stream. He is going to be helping host the Pay Dirt show, too. So we got all sorts of talent out there to help us.
Drew, we can get a little more Sooner flavor on these broadcasts, please. I feel like I'm on an island by myself. All right, here we go. Diego Otero to boot it away. And this is an end-over-end kick that's angled on the far side. It will hit inside the 5 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. So Deer Creek will have it first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. I really think if Putnam City North has any hopes at all, it's going to start with a quick defensive series and out.
Yeah, and obviously if you're Deer Creek, you just stick to doing what you've been doing the whole entire first half. I mean, they've just been super methodical. They've been running the ball with success. And then obviously this RPO game stuff that they're doing and all the different threats that they have. Pence runs that offense like a well-oiled machine, and it could be trouble if, like you said, if they go down and score here.
I'm going to tell you, if you want to watch something interesting, just watch the right tackle, 73, Jacob Sexton. If you haven't focused in on him, he is throwing guys around down there left and right. First and 10 for Deer Creek. They start on their own 20-yard line. They'll hand it off to Wilson. He's hit once in the backfield, ducks under one defender and won't get free from a second. And that is the start defensively that Putnam City North needed.
And there's much more aggression there. Obviously, they keep moving Sexton around. Obviously, they're trying to find which side of the field that Jalil Johnson's on, which is smart game planning there by Deer Creek. But obviously, you can't be any cautious if you're Putnam City North. Watch for some RPO stuff here from Deer Creek.
Atterbury on the stop for -2, back to the 18. They fake the handoff. Pence throws out left, and the ball is intercepted and dropped. Almost intercepted by Hayden Thornton, who has one pick already this season. He jumped that route, and if he holds on, I think it's a pick 6.
Yeah, and that would have been big. Obviously, we talked about, having something big happen here for PC North, and that was the play right there if they could have had that go down. We've seen Deer Creek convert on a lot of 3rd and longs here early.
Deer Creek has been really good on 3rd down here tonight, over 60%. Moving right out of the pocket is Pence. Pence in trouble, gets another block, coming right. He throws back over the middle of the field.
Wow.
The receiver wide open to the 30, to the 40, to midfield. It's a foot race to the 40, to the 30, angling left to the 25, to the 20, and out of bounds inside the 15-yard line goes Michael Holly. There is laundry back downfield, and just go ahead and put money on a hold because he was moving around and getting away from defenders left and right and had enough time to throw back over the field. It would have been the longest play for Holly of his varsity career at Deer Creek, but it's going to be nullified because of the penalty.
Man, what an impressive play by Pence to be able to keep your eyes downfield like that and be able to make a throw across your body is super impressive.
So a costly holding penalty. Instead of being 1st and 10 inside the red zone, they're going to be backed up inside the 15-yard line, and it will bring up 3rd down and long as they put the ball down at the 13-yard line. So to bring up 3rd and 17 for the Antlers here on the first possession of the second half. Not quite a minute gone here into the third quarter. It's 28-0 our score. Single setback remains Deontay Wilson with 3 receivers left. Out of the gun is Pence. Drops to the 5, has time, throws left, and the ball is caught. That's Javon Jones, and Jones trying to get to the first down marker, can't. He's ushered out of bounds near the 29-yard line, and now a late flag comes in front of the play. And there may have been some extracurricular activity as he went into the Deer Creek sideline.
Well, and if you're PC North and you get a late hit here, having a situation where you're going to put him in 4th down territory, that would be just a huge penalty.
It is a dead ball, personal foul against Putnam City North. Wow. You had him stopped on 3rd down and long. It was going to be 4th and about a yard. So after the reception to the 30-yard line, they will tack 15 more on. It was actually at the 29. That's where the run ended. And it'll be at the 44. So it's 1st down and 10 for Putnam City, for Deer Creek from that point. If you think Brett Pence has a gun, well, there's a reason for that. He is a very good pitcher on an extremely talented Deer Creek Antler baseball team.
We got to give props to Josh Dieselhorse for giving us that little insight.
He knows more than any Diesel horse, I can tell you that. Back to throw is Pence. Throws left. Ball is caught by Dalton. Wide open, and he turns upfield to the 43-yard line. That'll be a gain of 14 and another 1st down.
You know, it's always key, and we see this in every year. You always see these receivers that are possession receivers, and these good teams that run the spread offense all have one, and Berkeley Dalton is that kid for Deer Creek.
He's having a career night tonight. They go back to the ground game as they hand it off to Wilson. He dodges 2 defenders, gets a yard to the 42. He goes down, and flags come down, and that's coming back, a hold called against the offensive front.
I'll tell you the other thing that I've been really impressed with Deer Creek is on their drives, they do a good job of also taking a lot of time off the clock because this game has gone by really fast, and this drive's another example here where they're super methodical. They're going to get in a 1st down and long situation, but more than likely they're going to convert like they have on about every possession.
They'll put it back at the 45. It'll bring up 1st down and 18. And the Antlers have not been perfect tonight from a penalty standpoint, but they have been good enough to overcome 1st and 2nd and 3rd down and long situations. They're at their own 45-yard line. They need to get to the PC North 33. 3 receivers split to the press box side. The single receiver is Javon Jones. He is split wide left. He has a remarkable catch on the first half drive that scored the 3rd of 4 touchdowns for the Antlers. Back to throw is Pence. Here comes the pressure off the edge. He eludes 2 defenders, throws on the run, and it is caught at the 46-yard line and out of bounds. I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count who it was.
I'm going to go with Berkeley Dalton. I can't even see
ding.
I can't even see down there.
Good guess. So a gain of 9 brings up 2nd down and 9. And Putnam City North tonight just has not had any answer on defense for this Antler offense.
It almost feels like they're more comfortable in these 1st and 20s or 3rd and 15s.
10:32 to play here in the third quarter. They hand it off. Sweeping left is Wilson, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. And it was Tony Thomas, the 6'1", 220-pound senior at Mike linebacker, that maybe took out an evening of frustration right there on Mr. Wilson.
And a great pursuit that time by PC North. I mean, really, for the most part, in the run game, they've been doing a good job. It's just they've been struggling in the pass game, obviously.
3rd and a long, 12. The line of scrimmage at the 47, so they give him a yard loss. Pence to throw, drops to the 45, floats
Good
it out
ball.
left. Jones at the 31st down. And he's tackled by the hips and drug out of bounds at the 25 of the Panthers. So a gain of 22 and another 1st down.
Well, and that's a situation there, too. That's just great throw and catch. I mean, there's nothing. The defender was actually in decent, defending territory. It's just a great ball thrown there and a great route by Javion Jones.
9:55 at Kennedy to play third quarter. Already 28-0 Antlers on the march again. From the gun, Pence now walks up behind the line of scrimmage. He's got Jones in the slot, short left, 3 receivers to the near side. It's been that formation the entire evening that has given Putnam City North fits. They set a screen up for Rouse, right side. He gets a little bit of a block and then bounces out right and gets to the 20. Thomas again to the stop. He'll pick up about 2.5, maybe 3, almost 4 now. As they put it to the 20, it's going to bring up second down.
That time that Deer Creek tried to run just a screen out here in the flats, and obviously the speed of PC North, you saw him close quickly there.
9:29 to play here in the third quarter. Deer Creek has overcome again self-inflicted mistakes on this first drive of the third quarter. Rolling left is Pence. Pocket holds. Now he moves right. Pence is going to tuck it and run. He's to the 15, to the 10, to the 5-yard line, and hit down at the 2-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle was recorded by Cooper Atterbury. And now it is first down and goal to go at the 2 for Deer Creek. An 18-yard run by Pence.
And that's what makes it so tough. I mean, the situation is PC North is having to put all their defenders out in the secondary, and then Pence can tuck it and run. We've seen that a couple times.
9 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Handoff straight ahead to Wilson. He's in for the touchdown. Went right behind Peyton Hawks, the 255-pound senior right guard. And that is an impressive 80-yard drive that overcame a couple of holding penalties and was aided by a personal foul against Putnam City North.
Well, and we talked about it, Todd. We talked about PC North needing to get a stop, and they had their opportunity with the dropped interception, and they've had multiple opportunities where Deer Creek has been in situations in 3rd and long, and they converted every time. It's just in a very impressive drive, just like the last 4 drives by Deer Creek.
Gavin Smith will hold it for Miller. Grayson Miller is perfect 404 tonight in extra point tries. That incidentally was the 3rd rushing touchdown of the year for Deontay Wilson. There was a flag down. They have flagged the Antlers for unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown. So they will mark that off on the kickoff that will ensue after Grayson Miller's point after try. This to make it 35-0. Good snap, ball down. The kick is in the air, and the extra point is good. 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. A shocker in Oklahoma City tonight. Deer Creek 35, Putnam City North 0. We'll step aside for these messages on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Looking for a realtor in the Edmond, OKC area? Call Mel McGowan. She was easy to work with, responsive, and professional. She was on top of everything and knew each step of the real estate process. She took what can be an overwhelming process and made it enjoyable. That's why I recommend Mel to all my friends and family. She would love to help you too, so call her today at 405-820-8300 or visit melmcgowanrealestate.com.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like Video on Demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
After the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was assessed, they will put the ball down to the 25-yard line, so Putnam City North should have an opportunity for the first, make that the second time tonight, to return a Grayson Miller kick. Here's the problem. The Antlers have had 3 drives tonight in which they've averaged more than 7 yards a snap and scoring touchdowns. They averaged 8 on that drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, exactly 3 minutes the time of the drive. Here's Miller's running approach from left to right. He squibs it up the middle. Big hop, and it'll be fielded from the 38-yard line, coming left to the 45 and hit and rolled down at the 47-yard line. And on the return was
Joseph Davies on the stop.
Yep. Joseph Davies was the one to make the stop, yeah.
He made a stop on the early kickoff return, too. That was kind of a crucial tackle.
So first down and 10. First time we've seen the Putnam City offense out on the field here in the second half. They officially put it down to the 48, so this will be the best starting field position of the night for Putnam City North. 8:53 to go here in the third quarter. Laverty, who's had a tough night, operates out of the gun, gives it straight ahead, and not much doing, running between the tackles. Couple of yard gain.
Well, I think that's been a really big key. We saw Putnam City North really push Piedmont around in the game of the week that we had as far as running the ball. And you obviously see here tonight, Putnam City North has had limited success running or really passing the ball.
2-yard gain to midfield, second down and 8. The ball just inside Antler territory. Laverty drops straight. Here comes the pressure, throws it out left. Ball is caught at the 44, circles back to the 45, has a first down, out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And the target that time of the reception or the pass was Phil Jackson, the third.
And that was a good route there by Phil Jackson. That was earlier on. He had him on a deeper route. Good job breaking the tackle and get some decent yardage.
18 yards. Longest pass play of the night for PC North. First down at the 32-yard line. Two receivers right. Laverty a low snap. Now flush for the pocket. Rolls left. Airs it out towards the end zone. It's up for grabs, and it is incomplete. And he was looking that time for, I believe, DeMarion Mason. Jones was the one in coverage. Mason almost made a juggling act to make the catch at second down.
Jones got his paw on the ball, and if he wouldn't have got it on there was a receiver down there. Hold on Putnam City North.
Flag down. It is a hold against PC North. Boy, it's just one of these nights. They cannot get out of their own way.
No, they can't. And they their body language has not been great. Really credit Deer Creek. I mean, Deer Creek, after those first couple of drives where neither team really got it going, Deer Creek got it going, and they have not stopped since then.
So the line of scrimmage goes back to the 49-yard line. It'll bring up first down and 27 with the ball again at the 49. Laverty hands it off. Running left was Camarion Jones, and he'll pick up 2 to the 47-yard line. Now it's second and long. Second down and 27 for PC North, and they're not really in much of a hurry. Down 35-0. They just now get the play in with 19 of the play clock. One back set. Carson Laverty out of the gun. Jones, the setback, gets the pass at the flat. Weaves his way across the 45 and down to the 41-yard line. That's only going to net 6. Jones came up from corner to make the stop for Deer Creek. It is third and long for PC North, and I think they're in 4-down territory, trailing 35.
I don't know if you saw that play there, Todd, but probably the most impressive play of the game so far defensively. Jevian Jones is playing corner on this side of the field, on our side of the press box. He comes on a blitz and runs all the way across the opposite side of the field and dives and makes the tackle.
Jevian Jones has had a heck of a game, both offensively and defensively. Third and 22 at the 42-yard line. Another low snap. Here comes the pressure. Laverty is forced to scramble right. Hit as he throws. He dumps it off. The ball is caught by Reese Moffitt, but well short of the first down marker. They'll spot the ball down to the 33. It's going to bring up fourth down and 11 as they need to get to the 22 of the Antlers. And as we said, the offense stays out there on the field.
Yeah, and that time, good ball by Laverty. He has been just getting pressured all night long and has been on the move, and it was a great job there for him to get that ball off. Now they've got fourth down and manageable here.
He took a pop at the end of that throw, too, and still was able to deliver a strike to Reese Moffitt, who came in with 14 catches, one of those a touchdown. Last week in limited play against U.S. Grant, 2 for 27. Fourth and 11 of the 33. Laverty rolls left. Carson throwing towards the end zone. The ball is caught at the 10-yard line. The receiver came back to make a great play on the ball. That's Phil Jackson, the third. And as he circles back, they're going to tackle him at the 13-yard line.
Great job there by Laverty, sticking with it. And this is you see PC North having a little bit of success, and you like to see this from him. Coach Laverty's going to like to see this from him. You know, when you're down 35-0, sometimes, you know, it's hard to get your kids up, and I really like this drive. A great response so far by PC North.
20 yards on 4th and 11. They're in the red zone at the 13-yard line. Laverty sends a man in motion. They sweep with Jones right. Jones then is ridden down at the 10-yard line. And it was Sinjay, the Sam linebacker, Kevin Sinjay, that made the stop. Going to bring up 2nd down and a long 7 as we're under 5.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Deer Creek pitching a shutout, 35-0, on a night in which they are celebrating the 2001 Putnam City North Panthers. 2nd down and 7. Laverty with Jones in the backfield. Another low snap. Carson picks it up.
Got
Kills
it.
a little fade. The right back quarter of the end zone. It is incomplete as he was looking for Reese Moffitt.
Boy, that was a good ball, too.
It was a good throw, and I couldn't tell. I think Moffitt may have had his hands on the ball. He had his back to us here in the press box, so we couldn't quite see whether or not it actually hit his hands.
I think it hit his hands, and I think one thing that I noticed is it looked like he may have got distracted by that soccer line on the back side of there. It looked like as if, though, he thought that he was tiptoeing that line and not realizing that he had those additional 2 or 3 yards there.
3rd down and 7, 4-down territory again for the maroon, gold, and white-cladded Panthers of Putnam City North High School. Off to a 3-1 start. Their only loss came in the first game of the year, a tough one against Putnam City in overtime. 5:17 to play in the third quarter, 35-0 our score. Twins left and right, Laverty rolling right. Carson steps up, eludes the pressure, throws in the end zone, and it's intercepted and brought out to the 10, spinning to the 15 and run down near the 17-yard line. And guess who it was? It was Adrian Hallman, who has had a heck of a night at free safety.
Just once again, Deer Creek's defense comes up with the stop. Just when we think that Putnam City North has an opportunity, big pick by Deer Creek. Fantastic play there.
2nd turnover of the night for the North Panthers. Both interceptions of Carson Laverty. The return to the 19-yard line, and that's where Deer Creek will have it 1st down and 10 with 5:07 to play here in the third quarter. Along with Adam Dieselhorst and our Squirtle crew, I'm Todd Miller with you in Oklahoma City. One back set. Now they turn and they'll hand it off to Miller, and Miller ran into a cloud of defenders. And sticking his nose in there first for Putnam City North was Jaleel Johnson, and he had some help from a couple of other friends. They'll give him a yard gain on forward progress to the 20.
And more than likely what you're going to see here is, I would expect from Deer Creek with the 35-point lead for them to run the ball a little bit more and keep continuing to chew some time off the clock.
Mason Miller being set to the right now of Brett Pence. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They motion a man to the Deer side, and they'll give it straight ahead to Miller. Miller running behind right guard. Submarines down for a gain of 5. To the 25, it's 3rd down and manageable again for the Antler offense with just over 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Well, in case anybody was wondering what the number 1 team in Class 6A2 is doing, Bixby is up 74-0 on Putnam City West in the third quarter.
I hate to say it, they probably could have scored 175 tonight if they wanted to. That is an unbelievable team that Lauren Montgomery has over in Tulsa. 3rd and 4. Rolling left is Pence. Needs a block, gets one. Now comes right. He's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked finally as he got away from Jaleel Johnson, but Johnson threw him off balance, and he was finally knocked down by Demarion Mason as the sack will go back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, just quickly, and some scores in 6A1 of interest. Owasso leads Norman North 35-28. That's a good one. UConn has taken actually a decent-sized lead over Enid now, 20-7.
Miller punts it away. The ball is fielded by Reese Moffitt, and he's going backwards, and he'll be tackled at the 42-yard line. Great special teams play by the Antlers, and they have been very strong in all 3 facets of the ball game. So 3:24 to play here in the third quarter, and Putnam City North is about to get the football back.
Here's a pretty good game of interest, Todd. Guthrie leads Carl Albert 12-7 late in the third quarter.
Guthrie is really, really good this year in Class 5A.
Piedmont is bouncing back up 49-0 late in the third quarter against Guyman. We kind of felt like that may happen. Man, listen to this score. MacArthur 49-0 over El Reno.
El Reno had a lot of experience coming back. They were picked really high in Class 5A, but I'm telling you, when you have a bunch of players in and out of practice, in and out of the lineups, you miss actual game competition like they did. It is really hard to get your bearings about you. And I still think they're going to get it turned around. Unfortunately, as I said on the Pick'em show this week, it may come too late for them.
Yeah, here's some other games of interest. Weatherford leads Elgin 27-20. Blanchard leads Ada 28-21. Those are some close games in Class 4A to look at.
3:13 to play here in the third quarter. And Deer Creek is going to have the football. They're going to put it at the 36-yard line.
Here's a good one. How about this? And we didn't expect this, but we saw Perkins a few years ago play Heritage Hall close. How about 20-20 at the end of the third quarter? Perkins and Heritage Hall. That would be a big one.
1st and 10, Putnam City North. I think I said Deer Creek would have the ball. Putnam City North has it at their own 36-yard line. 3:24 to play here in the third quarter. It's all Antlers here in this mid-season clash between 6A2 District 1 rivals. Last year it was all Panthers, 35-14 in Edmond as they pounded the Antlers, who are returning the favor tonight. Laverty turns and he'll hand it off, and nothing doing. Boy, that tailback, Camarian Jones, stuck his nose in for a yard gain and then took the punishment afterwards as he'll get to the 37.
We got some really good games going on in our Pay Dirt show. If you happen to tune into this game and feel like it's a little bit out of control, I suggest that maybe you do tune over to Pay Dirt because we have some really close games over there.
2:45 to play third quarter. 2nd down and 9. Jones in the backfield. Laverty throws it out left, and the ball is caught by Churchwell. Looking for a block, turns the corner, and he is rolled down to the 39-yard line. How about that tackle by Holman again? Looked like he was going to get to the edge. Instead, all he picks up is 3.
Yeah, just Deer Creek. That's what they've been. They've been steady and just consistent all night long.
3rd and a long 6 at the 39-yard line. It's been the problem. Putnam City has not won first down and second down here tonight. 3rd and a long 6, the ball at the 39-yard line. Now Laverty checking out of the play. And we're under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Deer Creek led 28-0 at halftime. The only points, a 10-play, 80-yard drive on the first possession of the second half. Laverty to throw, under pressure, and is hit from behind and sacked. Going to drop him back at the 40, make that the 37-yard line, as Denver Hanna was the one that flushed him back right and then ran him down. That shows you how quick a guy that's 6'3", 240 Hanna is to run down a guy like Laverty.
Yeah, and he's been wrecking havoc all night long, moving the pocket. That's the other thing, too, about Deer Creek all night long. Even when Laverty seems like he's had some time to actually get rid of the ball, he's moving. They're moving him off of his spot. Just a fantastic job defensively by Deer Creek so far.
Otero on to punt. Right now, Deer Creek has 10 at the line. They're going to come after him, and Otero, with little pressure, gets a high wobbly punt off. It will hit at the 37. It turns over, and he's going to get a little bit of a roll. It'll roll dead between the 28 and 29-yard line. So Diego Otero's best effort of the night. And Deer Creek will have it, leading 35-0 late here in the third quarter. Line of scrimmage is at the 28-yard line. 1:52 to play here in the third quarter.
Well, this game has gone by quick. Unlike the game last week. It's almost like
hour and 20 minutes to play the first half last week.
It's almost like the gods of broadcasting are looking out for us.
47 yards in that penalty, in that game, Booker T. Washington and Choctaw. Never seen anything like it. Handoff on first down goes to the tailback, and that is Deontay Wilson. Wilson will get across the 30 and get almost 4, close to the 33.
I give a lot of credit watching Jaleel Johnson every play. That kid is just battling down there. He's got an incredible motor, and, they're double-teaming him about every time, anytime they run the ball. It's been a really impressive game for him, considering.
Under 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. The clock is rolling, 35-0 Deer Creek. They'll empty the backfield. Wilson sent in motion to the far side. The pump fake, throw deep over the middle. The receiver's wide open at the 45, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and tackled from behind.
Physical Therapy Central is proud to be keeping you in the game of life. Now with a convenient location in Kingfisher. Get back to the game of life faster with PT Central.
Kyle Van Druff coached and taught at Putnam City North for 8 years. Kyle has leveraged many of the relationships that started at PC North. He now has a former student and athlete, Scott Hill, working with him. As a graduate of Putnam City North, Scott is in attendance tonight as part of the reunion. Scott and Kyle are making a dynamic impact in your area by meeting insurance needs. Give them a call and continue to support relationships that started at PC North. They have all your insurance needs covered.
12 minutes to play in this one. It's 35-0 Deer Creek over Putnam City North. Welcome back, Todd Miller, Adam Dieselhorst, and our crew.
It's been one of those nights, Todd.
It has. You can laugh unless you're a Putnam City North fan.
Yeah,
and I'm going to tell you right now, this has not been a laughing matter.
No, and it's just really unexpected. I think it's two things. I think obviously maybe PC North obviously did not get this game started like they'd like to. But I think that everyone has kind of underestimated Deer Creek. I mean, Deer Creek, everybody was like, how good are they? You know, and then they play Stillwater to how close they play them, and it's obvious. We're watching them in person, and they are as impressive of a team as we've seen so far this year.
You know, going back to seeing PC North against Piedmont, I really thought North's speed might give them a lot of problems tonight. It has not bothered the Antlers in the least.
No, and I think, honestly, we talked about this earlier, I think athletically, I think from sideline to sideline, Deer Creek has ran with Putnam City North the whole game. I haven't thought to myself at any point in time where that speed has bothered them. In fact, I think Deer Creek looks like the more athletic team tonight.
Deer Creek was picked 6th out of 6A2 District 1. I said in the Pick'em show this week, they need a win. They need to beat a Midwest City, a Dell City, a Stillwater, or a Putnam City North, and it looks like they're 12 minutes away from getting a huge victory and evening themselves at 1-1 early in district play. Here we go, 2nd down and 9 after a 7-yard loss on the carry by Wilson to end the third quarter. Wilson is offset to the right. Back to throw is Pence. Guns it towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. And Pence took a little bit of a shot at the end of that play, so it's 3rd down and goal to go.
I think they thought about running the kickoff team out there, or not kickoff, but field goal team, but then decided not to do so.
11:55 to go here in the third quarter. Well, they have a little bit longer to think about that, Adam, as it's 3rd and goal to go at the night. Van Ann is out there, and he will line up as that tight end you were talking about. Flex to the near side. They'll roll that way with Pence. Pence is under duress.
Jaleel Johnson.
Jaleel Johnson is going to sack him back to the 14-yard line. That's -5, and he's really been, Jaleel Johnson, the only bright spot for Putnam City North.
Yeah, and give him a lot of credit because, like I said, not only is he getting blocked by Sexton, but he's getting double-teamed every time too. And you know, he's fighting and he's battling, and he's been disruptive up there, even though he's, you know, obviously battling probably one of the better offensive line prospects in the state.
Miller is going to attempt a 31-yard field goal from the right hash. The snap is back. The ball is down. Plenty of leg for Grayson Miller, and it is good from 31 yards. This guy's got a rocket for a leg. 11:15 to play in the ball game. It's now 38-0 Deer Creek. We'll step aside for these messages on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Did you know that we could see you without a doctor's referral for up to 30 days? Most insurances allow you to save the time and money required to get a referral by utilizing your direct access benefit to your preferred therapy provider, H2 Health. When you're in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait to get to the root of your problem. Schedule your evaluation with one of our licensed therapists today and start your healing process. Call to verify your benefits and get you back to your life. The quicker you get help, the quicker you get back to doing the things that you love.
A 31-yard field goal for Grayson Miller, who has 5 extra points and a field goal tonight. It's 38-0. in favor of Deer Creek.
We need to give a shout-out to all of our advertisers, and I want to thank some new advertisers that we had join in from the Deer Creek area that decided to help support our streaming platform, and we appreciate that. Without the advertisers, we're not able to do what we do.
Miller kicks it away, and this will sail into the end zone. It'll be another touchback. Well, what a weapon Grayson Miller is.
Man, that guy, he might be getting some college looks. And I want to correct myself. Earlier on, I said one of the best offensive line prospects. How about the best offensive line prospect in the state of Oklahoma and one of the best in the country? I should have rephrased that whenever I was referencing Sexton.
Yeah, he was recruited by about every major school that you could think of and verbally committed to Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I got a first-hand look of that offensive line try to block last week. So, I mean, Sexton might have some early playing time there.
They have been a weakness. There's no doubt about
Goodness gracious.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Carson Laverty brings the offense out of the field. Kamarian Jones, the sophomore, will be the tailback. If you're North, this game is pretty much out of reach. You just want to work on yourself. Have some success offensively. Laverty to throw inside his 15. Throws over the middle at the 35. It's got breaky tackles to the 40. Cameron Smith gets to the 43-yard line before he's wrestled down. That'll be a gain of 23 on first down.
And then just like you said, Todd, work on yourself. Obviously you want to try to put a scoring drive here together, and that was a great job there by Laverty. He was patient. He stepped up in the pocket, threw a nice ball over the middle.
10:51 and counting to play here in the football game. 38-0 Deer Creek. Laverty tried to get Deer Creek to jump, and they did.
Now it looked like false start, number 4.
Well, Deer Creek jumped, but it was because Cameron Smith on the near side flinched. And that sums it up best for the Panthers. 1 step forward and 1 step back. So it goes back to the 38-yard line. It'll be first down at 15. Difference of this ball game has been winning first and second down. Deer Creek has done that tonight. Putnam City North has not. They'll hand it off to Jones, and he falls forward as he gets to the 42-yard line. He gets almost the 5 back on the previous penalty. Second down upcoming as we're at 10.5 minutes to play in the ball game.
And if you notice from Deer Creek, they have made quite a few substitutions on the defensive side of the ball. They got a lot of new numbers and new players in there.
Coming here tonight, I didn't think anybody would be making substitutes early in the fourth quarter. I thought this would be maybe a 1 or 2 possession game either way. 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line. Laverty has a 3-by-1 look. And now he looks left. He comes right. He dances. He's in trouble. Gets away from a defender. Has running room left to midfield. Lowers his helmet. And look at that tough physical run by Carson Laverty to the 45 of Deer Creek.
Great effort there by Laverty. You can still the kid competing. Obviously, he's not had the game that he probably wanted, but, man, he's a competitor.
This game means a lot for Carson. It means a lot for his dad, Ryan. Means a lot for Deer Creek because, as we talked about, a lot of these guys lined up opposite of Carson tonight, guys he played with in youth football. 3-man defensive front, first down at 10 for the 45 of the Antlers. Laverty weaving his way left. Now is going to be forced to run, and he is hit and knocked out of bounds at midfield.
Now some new names. Let's get a new name in here. How about number 15, Connor Hamilton, the 5'10", 53-pound junior.
Loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15. In that, it's been a huge, huge problem tonight for North. They just have put themselves behind the sticks all evening long on first down.
When you talk about the rivalry, too, I mean, these towns are literally separated by a turnpike, right? Essentially.
They're separated by my house, basically.
Okay. It's a little further north than that, but a lot of shared.
No, I'm right in the middle.
Oh, you are right in the middle of it?
Laverty to throw on 2nd and 15. Flag down. He guns it down the field, and the receiver is open to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. That's Reese Moffitt. But more than likely, that one is coming back as they threw flags while Laverty was scrambling.
Yeah. And it was a hold, and it was one of those situations where the offensive lineman got the defensive player down on the ground, and then he just held him down. It was really kind of ill-advised by the offensive lineman there.
Oh, what a frustrating night for Putnam City North. Hold is the call against the Panthers, so that negates a 50-yard touchdown pass to Reese Moffitt. It would have been his 2nd reception for a score this year. And now the ball goes back to the 38-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 27. 8:58 to play in the ball game. Marion Jones Offset to the right. Laverty floats one down the near side boundary. It's caught at the 40, and he's out of bounds, or did he stay in bounds at the 37-yard line? It's going to be about 2.5 yards shy of the first down as they get 25 of that pass play.
Laverty staying in it, battling. I like this drive. This would be a big drive for PC North.
3rd down and a long 2. The line of scrimmage at the 38. Laverty pump fakes, looking right, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Maddox Canty got him, and Canty has had himself a heck of a game as he sacks Laverty back to the 43.
And Laverty stuck it in there as long as he could, but, man, he got hit hard. Great pursuit by Deer Creek again.
That'll take us under 8 minutes to play in the ball game. It is 4th down and 8 back at the 43-yard line of the Antlers. Now P.J. Porter belatedly racing onto the field. He'll line up wide left along with Phil Jackson III. Single receiver right with Jones in the backfield. Need to get something here. 4th down and 8. Laverty dancing. He's moving right, running out of time. Throws, and it is underthrown, incomplete, and almost intercepted by Carter Knotts.
There's going to be flag over here. This might be an unsportsmanlike. Or it could be a roughing the passer.
Personal foul against Deer Creek, so instead of forcing the Panthers to give it back on downs, they'll get new life with a 15-yard penalty. I don't know if you can see on the screen or not. If we go to a wide shot, perhaps you can, but Wade Stanley is visiting with the official across the way. I think he's all that happy with that penalty that was called against his club.
I think he's going to ask about what the penalty was.
He's out on the field near the 40-yard line. After the penalty is assessed, the line of scrimmage goes to the 27. And an automatic first down for Putnam City North. Deer Creek had a 3-game win streak snapped last week. Putnam City North in jeopardy of having their 3-game win streak ended here tonight. Ball at the 27 of the Antlers. Clock begins to roll with 7:40 to play in the ball game. Deer Creek better hurry as they're racing a player off the field. They had 12 players out there. That was Kevin Shinjay that was the one that had to sprint over to the sideline. Putnam City North, though, taking their time and getting the play in. They snap it with 15 of the play clock. Laverty will float one up right side. A battle in the end zone, and it's underthrown. And was it intercepted? It is incomplete, but a flag comes in. And they may get Connor Hamilton for pass interference, although he was jockeying for position with the intended target that time.
It definitely was pass interference.
So the Antlers want not only a win, they want a shutout here tonight, but they're hurting their cause with 2 major fouls on this drive. Line of scrimmage will be at the 13, and it is now 1st down and 10 for PC North. 7.5 minutes to play. 38-0 as you see Deer Creek on the bottom left of your screen. Laverty gives it straight ahead to Jones, runs up the back of a couple of blockers. Now he ran laterally and tackled at the 10-yard line, giving 3. 2nd down upcoming. And that should take us around 7 minutes before Putnam City North snaps it again.
Looking ahead for these two teams, obviously both teams, that district is a tough district, so obviously picking up wins in this district early on is very important.
7 minutes to play in the ball game. Laverty with Jones offset to his left. He sends him in motion. Laverty is flush for the pocket. Rolls right, throws to the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. How about that throw from Carson Laverty?
As he was getting hit, too.
Pretty good reception made by Reese Moffitt. So Carson Laverty has his 7th touchdown of the year. Reese Moffitt, it's kind of fitting that he gets the touchdown because he had one earlier in the drive called back because of a hold, gets his 2nd scoring reception of the year.
Well, and he had that pass earlier on that I know he's kicking himself and wanted back. That really beautiful ball Laverty threw in the corner of the end zone that he kind of got his hands on, may have dropped.
Otero on for the extra point. The snap was a little offline. Good job of getting the ball down, and Otero boots through the extra point. 6:50 to play in the ball game in Oklahoma City. Putnam City North is on the board. Deer Creek leads it 38-7 with the High Plains Insurance Squirtle game of the week.
Our middle daughter actually has a heart defect, and we didn't find that out until we found out when she was about 12 she had a genetic disorder. She has 2 right coronary arteries and no left. Luckily to this day she hasn't had any symptoms, but you know, there's always that chance that something will happen, and it's kind of scary. She has to visit the cardiologist every once in a while, more often than you and I definitely would, just to get CAT scans and MRIs to make sure everything is still going the way it's supposed to go. But every year when that happens, who knows what you're going to find. I'm extremely excited about the All of Us research program. I wanted to participate not only because I wanted more cardiology research for my daughter and for our family, but also it's definitely a huge step in the right direction that we've been waiting for a long time.
Ten plays, 80 yards. A couple of big fouls called against Deer Creek aided that scoring drive, and Carson Laverty is off the side. His first touchdown pass, this to Moffitt. Extra point was good. It's 38-7.
Todd, why don't we take some time and talk about maybe some prospective games that we may be calling for Game of the Week next week. We have, we're pretty sure that we're going to be going to Garber, Oklahoma, and covering Pioneer and Garber, a great 8-man matchup. We are working to find out whether we will be calling the Jinx Santa Fe game, and then we've even thrown out possibly maybe taking a trip to Jane Giroux's home at Laverne, right?
I tell you what, I like that Forgan-Balco
I do too.
Forgan game in Laverne.
And that's the one thing you're going to get with our network. You know, just because we're here covering Deer Creek and PC North doesn't mean that next week we're not going to cover some of the smallest schools in the state of Oklahoma, and we're not going to be all the way out in the Panhandle calling those games, because we have a lot of great partner schools all across the state, and there's great football played in every class at all levels, and we want to be there for it.
Well, Balco Forgan, they are very, very good. They're ranked top 10 in Class B. They have just been running roughshod over everybody, but they will get the true measuring stick next week against the program that is the trendsetter for 8-man schools.
Yeah, and how about that? How about the punt return, the kickoff return that we had on for the Laverne freshman? That kid's going to be a dynamic player in the future.
Deer Creek has the hands team up there in anticipation of a possible onside here from Diego Otero. 38-7 Antlers the score. And North is going to line up a player to the near side. It don't appear to be an onside kick formation, but you would think this would be the time for one if you're going to do it. And they boot it away deep to the near side, and that ball is going to be caught on the boundary, and he stumbles out of bounds. Wasn't the best decision made tonight by Adrian Hallman. They say he stepped out of bounds back at the 7-yard line.
Be interesting to see who comes out. I'm guessing maybe the second group here for Deer Creek. No, it looks like the first group's out there.
6:49 to play in the ball game. Brett Pence has thrown for 3 scores. He has run in a surprise tonight here at Putnam City North's Panther Stadium.
Well, it looks like Putnam City North.
Mason Miller is out there as the tailback. They're probably going to keep it on the ground of the sophomore, and he burrows his way across the 10 out to the 13-yard line. I already like this Mason Miller guy. He does not fear anyone.
No, he runs the ball hard. We saw him run it hard the first early possessions there inside the 5-yard line. You like to see that. Only a sophomore, right?
Yep. He kind of reminds you of another sophomore out there for Putnam City North, the Jones kid, who's got a bright future.
You bet.
2nd and 7 to the 13-yard line, or 2nd down and 3 from the 13-yard line, with 6:18 to play in the ball game.
Well, like we talked about, I think the sports gods are going to let us actually get out of a game at a normal time after what happened last week.
It was a long, long week. Handoff again to Mason Miller. First down, makes a cut left, and drags the defender with him up to the 22-yard line. So he picked up 9 on 2nd down and short. With a lot of media here at the stadium. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Pence with some pressure up the middle, hands it off to Mason Miller as he changes the play. He gets 3 does Miller before he's hit to the turf at the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 7, and right now all Deer Creek wants to do is control the clock. I know the 1st down will pretty much put this one to bed with just over 5 minutes to play.
Looks like they're trying to sub people off the field.
They're trading the left tackles out. Matthew Wade and Jacob Sexton come out of the ball game. That might have been of a call from Norman. Get Sexton out of the ball game.
Yeah.
2nd and 7 on the 25-yard line. Deer Creek winding the play clock down. Now they're going to spend a timeout with 1 second to snap it and 4:45 to play. Back in a moment. Deer Creek 38, Putnam City North on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
At Bellarmine Company, we know agriculture. Every day we actively value, market, and sell farmland and farm equipment. We also provide comprehensive insurance products for crops, farm equipment, and farm liability. This provides us a true understanding of the rural way of life, resulting in a better service for our customers. There is a difference. We'd be honored to show you. Find out more at callbellamy.com. That is callbellamy.com.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
New quarterback out there now for the Deer Creek Antlers as Mason Miller remains in there as the setback. They'll hand it to him again. Miller is stacked up at the 25, keeps his legs moving, picks up a yard of the 26. And the clock, more importantly, if you are a Deer Creek fan, continues to wind down. That quarterback is Teddy Amorsi.
I was going to ask you how to pronounce that. I'm going to say something real quick about Deer Creek. Obviously, they've proven themselves. They are a good football team. The other thing, too, what you like to see if you're Deer Creek is, I know for a fact that their freshman team is having a very good year as well. So the future's bright for Deer Creek. We talked about a lot of juniors they're playing. I believe that freshman team has not lost a game. So lots to be excited for at Deer Creek.
Quarterback rolls right, pulls up, dumps it over the middle. The receiver was wide open, but he overthrew Berkeley Dalton. And now that will be a 4th down in a punting situation for Putnam City North. Well, Deer Creek, they need to continue to improve their program because they are likely in 2 more years headed up with an extra redistricting plan headed to 6A1. It's amazing. This school has come so far in such a short period of time.
Well, I'm an old bird now, but I don't even know if that's the right saying, but Deer Creek used to be in the same class as Fairview, like within 20 years ago.
Yep.
It's pretty astounding to think that they're going to be 6A Division I.
Miller started to punt it away. They blow the play dead. A timeout was called by Deer Creek. Yeah, in the early 90s, they were in a 2A district with Alva and with Chisholm and with Fairview. And
Piedmont was in that district too, so was Bethany.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. It's crazy. A lot of it just also, we talk about that the Oklahoma City. I mean, you see things like one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. I mean, examples of that are these communities around these suburbs. You look at Norman, how big Norman's getting. You look at Deer Creek. You look over in the Tulsa area, all those suburbs, all the big growth you see there. Mustang, Yukon. Just a lot of population, a lot of people moving in, and a lot of opportunity.
I can remember when you were at Guthrie, you had a ways to go before you got to Edmond
it always,
on 35.
Yeah.
No, but I'll tell you how far the growth has gone to the northwest now is Cashion.
Yeah.
I mean, I was asking the guys last week, are they ever in jeopardy of going back to 8-man? They laughed at me.
Yeah.
They've gained 100 students in high school, this last year?
105, yep, 105, and that's the next town. I know we obviously have a lot of connections with Cashion. In fact, I think our whole production crew's from Cashion, but they are breaking ground on, I believe, 90 more homes here. So, I mean, that's just the next town kind of in line. We saw it happen with Piedmont, Deer Creek, and, now you're going to see it with Cashion eventually.
Miller with his best punt of the night, a tight spiral, and Moffitt backpedals, waves his arm in the air, and makes the fair catch. and a terrific punt by Grayson Miller as the Panthers will get it back with 3:48 to play in the game.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Putnam City North will do here. I'm assuming that they'll bring in, it looks like they're going to keep their varsity in, which I'm fine with that. They need to work on some things with just 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Let's see if they can't put a good drive together and get some confidence going into next week.
A 60-yard punt by Miller, and the line of scrimmage is at the 24 for Putnam City North. First team offense remains out there with 3:48 to play. Carson Laverty gets the snap, now quickly throws it out right, and the ball is off the hands of Trell Churchwell, incomplete. Play wasn't going to go for much. Second down and 10 as the clock stops.
I hit some scores up, Todd, if you don't mind, real quick. Once I
don't mind you talking the last 3:43 if
I
you
get
want
this
to.
trusty old Squirtle app open. If you don't have the Squirtle app, I mean, just let's be honest. Get with the times. You need to download that thing. I mean, if you want scores and you want media and you want articles and you want live streaming and you want pick'em shows and you want the Pay Dirt show, I would get the app.
Moffitt on a catch or a pass from Laverty weaves his way for a first down, and he's out of bounds at the 41-yard line, so a gain of 17 on Reese Moffitt's catch.
Let's look at some other 6A2 scores. I'm going to try to get to the
3:35 to go in the ball game.
Really nothing of big interest. Most of the games at, golly, 81-6 was the final. Bixby scored 81 points.
Moving left is Laverty trying to string the play out. Now he's going to throw it down the far sideline. The ball was underthrown, but the catch is made as he came back and was able to make the catch. That's P.J. Porter. And that ball was underthrown by Laverty, but the gain goes to the 24 of Deer Creek.
How about this score? How about Douglas leading Kingfisher 28-27?
Wow.
That'd be a shocker, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. First and 10 of the 24. The give straight ahead goes to Trell Churchwell. Churchwell was hit at the 21 and knocked down to the 19. Now he squirts free. They didn't quite get him down. Now they're going to blow the play dead at the 16-yard line, so he gets 8. Second down and 2.
I'll tell you what, OCA is really playing tight with Cashin. 39-28 in the fourth quarter. Maybe my brother Jake knew what he was talking about.
Lucky guess. 2:48 and counting to play of the ball game. Second down and 2. The ball at the 16 of the Antlers. So Laverty has moved the Panthers into the red zone again. 2 receivers left and right. No tight ends of this set. Carson from the 21. Drops to the 24 and is sacked at the 25-yard line. You can hear the Deer Creek coaches next door to us screaming for the effort of Marshall Spencer.
And that's cool, too. You get these players that don't get a lot of playing time on the varsity side, and it's great to hear the coaches, being excited about something. I would tell you about one of our Squirtle Network schools that's having a really good year this year, and that is Prague. The Prague, I believe they're the Red Devils. They're up 46-21 over Meeker, and they are undefeated. We may have to consider doing one of their games. I know they play Jones, I think, here in the future.
Third down at 11 of the 24-yard line. Laverty to throw. Pump fakes, throws left towards the end zone. It's incomplete, but there's flags all over the place as the defender interfered with the intended target. It was, I believe, Berkeley Dalton maybe that was out there, 16. If so, that's about the only thing that Dalton has done wrong tonight. It's not Berkeley, but instead Connor Hamilton, 15. So pass interference, the call. Automatic first down for Putnam City North. The line of scrimmage will be at the 12-yard line, so they can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown. 1:57 to play in the ball game. 38-7 is our score. Laverty to throw from his own 20. Throws it left. Ball underthrown. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Got his behind the line, then they stretched him out, and he's going to lose. And goal to go from that point of the ball game.
That was a good defensive play there. It's good to see those youngsters, make some big plays here late in the game.
Deer Creek trying to hold Putnam City North out of the end zone. They've given up just 7 points. It came in the preceding North drive early here in the third quarter. Churchwell, the lone setback. Laverty hands it off. Trell over left guard. High steps in for the touchdown. Trell Churchwell reaches pay dirt. That's his second rushing touchdown of the year. And now it is 38-13 as we'll see Otero on for the extra point.
I like it, Todd. Reaches pay dirt. You're a marketing magician.
You want to hire me? You know by now I work pretty cheap.
He's hired.
High snap, they get it down. Otero's extra point is on the way, and it's good. No, he missed it.
No, he missed it. You see him put his hands on his head?
Yep, he missed it. 1:09 to play. 38-13 is the score. We're back after these messages on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dalton Mortgage Group is your one-stop shop for all of your game day mortgage needs. As a proud supporter of Deer Creek Athletics, Dalton Mortgage Group can handle any type of residential, commercial, or construction financing you might require. Our staff of loan officers and processors can help determine the right loan for you and get you into a new mortgage quickly and efficiently with the lowest rates in history. From your first house to your forever home, Dalton Mortgage Group can help you finance it. Dalton Mortgage and Deer Creek Athletics, a winning team.
9-play scoring drive for the Panthers. They trail at 38-13 with 1:09 to play in the ball game. Otero will kick it away to the near side, and this time it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be first down and 10 for Deer Creek. They'll only have to snap it a couple of more times. Well, the Antlers would have loved the shutout. One thing's for certain, they are safely secure in their 15 district points. And when you look at 5 teams for 4 spots, and I think district points could very well play a large factor in this thing.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about just a second ago. It's so key to that. This district is so tough, and picking up wins like what you talked about in this district is a big deal, and obviously very impressive performance here for Deer Creek, and it sets the tone for the rest of the year for them to continue on in district play.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The best play in football.
Yep, they're going to the victory formation. Amorosi goes to a knee, and they will have to snap it probably one more time, as we're exactly 1 minute to play in the ball game. Deer Creek is going to go to 4-1, 1-1 in district play. Putnam City North will be 3-2 and 1-1 in the district. Midwest City won tonight. Lawton won tonight. Del City won last night. One more snap. Amorosi to a knee at the 25, and that will do it. And Deer Creek has come to Oklahoma City tonight, and they have bullied the Panthers of Putnam City North all over the field in this one. 38-13 is the final score. We'll be back to wrap it up in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your gray.
This is Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
I'm Todd Miller, and this is Grain and Grange, the coolest furniture store you've never heard of. Come see us.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Back here at Panther Stadium in Oklahoma City, Putnam City North falls 38-13 to Deer Creek. The North Panthers outscore the Antlers 13-7 in the second half for what it matters. They trailed, though, 28-0 at halftime, and again, the final tonight is 38-13. Wilson had the only Antler touchdown in the second half, a 2-yard run. Miller added a 31-yard field goal. Laverty had a 10-yard pass to Moffitt, and then Churchwell a 2-yard touchdown run to finish the scoring of this one tonight. Adam, great effort tonight by Deer Creek. Putnam City North is going to be just fine, but boy, this is one you want to get the taste out of your mouth quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like, we saw what we thought we would see early on when they kind of exchanged those possessions back and forth where neither team really moved the ball or scored. But, man, it just felt like Deer Creek caught fire, and really Putnam City North went the opposite direction. And you know how it works in these high school games. You get momentum going and things going in one direction, and obviously things can change very quick. Just a very impressive performance by Deer Creek. I think a lot of questions out there across the state are, have they arrived? Are they a good football team? Yes. I think they answered that last week, and I think tonight with this performance, they kind of put a stamp on that.
One of the guys downstairs that's about to be interviewed by the media is the senior quarterback, Brett Pence. He was really special tonight. He threw for 3, ran for 1. His 2 touchdown passes to Miller covered 2 and 5 yards. He had a 30-yard touchdown pass to Taylor Tomlin, and then capped the score to the first half did Brett Pence as he raced in from 5 yards. So that puts a wrap on this one tonight. 28-0 Deer Creek at half. They win at 38-13. Antlers now go to 4-1, 1-1 of the district. Putnam City North 1-1 of the conference, and 3-2 overall. Stay with us on Squirtle.com and the Squirtle app for the announcement of our games of the week next week. In the final score for the final time in Oklahoma City, Putnam City North falls at home 38-13 to Deer Creek. For Adam Dieselhorst and our Squirtle crew, I'm Todd Miller. So long, everybody.